Alright, hello Evanion. How are we all doing today? It is Wednesday, my dudes, and that means we're doing some more Nebulous Fleet Commanding, kind of our weekly Neb stream. So let's hop in and see. Ooh, there's a match. Maybe we can get in the last slot. Oop. Nope, looks like it is going to be full up here. So, ooh, nice to see a lot of blue names and stuff like that. Oop, might be able to get a 5v5. Let's see. Is it list maps? Okay, so we've only got the officials. Let's go for Nix's Eye. Try and get ourselves into a match on Nix's Eye. If not, then we'll just hop into another lobby and see if we can't do that. I see a bunch of the blue titles. People just kind of hopping in. Looks like, OSP filled up there, so we'll go with the Alliance side, I guess. Yeah. Make something happen here. All right. Bit of a big fish here, because I am the gold rank, so people are expecting me to be a little bit better, although I might be a little bit silly today. Let's see. I could just run, like, my usual cap fleet. I do have 2 iterations of the coffee shop. This one has 2 beam destroyers, which I'm kind of happy about. We'll go with regular coffee shop and just see what the rest of our team has. I'll show off this fleet in a little bit once we either get into game or I get a free moment. Don't want to be the guy hanging up everyone if I go into the fleet editor. So, yeah. Looks like we got ourselves, pair of Vauxhalls. Those are very cheap Vauxhalls. Actually, those are super, like, where's the rest of the guns? Normally you see these with, like, 5 cannons. Instead, there's only 2. Okay. It looks like a pretty full Axford, so, alright. Pair of Axfords here, very nice to see. And then got some support jamming, very nice, very nice. And a battleship, beam battleship, alright. Looks like we got beam on the backpack and maybe the belly. Nice to see that. A little bit light on the point defense, only rebounds in an Aurora, but it should work out fine. Yeah. I'll be trying to run the cap fleet, making sure that I counter the enemy, like, small assets and stuff, trying to make our days miserable, so, yeah. Feel pretty confident running only single beam destroyer. I don't think I'll need more than that for Nix's Eye. You can run double beam destroyer, but I don't think that there's exactly a great angle. Normally you just tuck a beam destroyer under D point, and then that kind of serves like the purposes for most of the game. You can get a pair of them. That's nice to overwatch like the A point very close up, but I think I might just want my like additional mobility assets because I've got 4 little rocket. Well, I say rocket, but 4 torpedo cappers. They work pretty well. Our Masquerade Kit Kat here, which is a very funny thing if you know what the Kit Kat build is, but if you hear me crunching on mini eggs, that's because I am. It was a little while ago, but I'm still going through my bag. Got a whole bag for $7. Pretty happy about that. And, $7 in Canada, for those who don't know. I am, in fact, Canadian. Just waiting on Slim Kraken over here. All right. Just look at that. That is a fleet emblem right there. If you know what that is, you know. In the editor, but you can see. Nice emblem, Slim. I didn't know you could do that. That's funny. All right, we're just waiting on that. Yep, there they go. They've loaded up. So we're going to be playing the Alliance side here, and we're going to see what kind of matchup we get. I feel pretty confident. We've got a lot of frontline assets. We've got, looks like some support stuff here. Yep, okay, so beam destroyers with some missiles and stuff. Nice to see. All right. We'll be trying to cover for our allies as they do their whole frontline firepower thing. And yeah. Just basically going to be, I'd say not exactly like the shepherd of our team, but we're just going to try and guide them forwards with whatever advice we can offer. Say, hey, can we all shoot this one? Just try to be a little bit of the inspirational leader that we do in MechWarrior Online and whatnot. Similar transferable skills. All right, so A point, we're just going to send a minimum investment to the Kit Kat. Just going to call it our plan. B point typically doesn't go well for us, so I'm willing to just give that up in exchange for getting A and these points here. I don't think that rushing B would work very well, so we're not going to bother doing that. We're just going to instead put our beam destroyer in the usual place down here. Let's see. I can get 2 groups of Corvette wings kind of working. I want to just give up B point completely because I don't think that if I send like a single ship, it's going to be worth it. And if I send 2 ships, that's at least 800 points. So we'll do a little pairing up here, go middle, and then we'll send the Americano and Cortado over on this side. Let's see. We can send the Cream up top. I think that'll do well. And then the Sugar can watch down below. We'll kind of stack on this side of the map, trying to get our situational awareness of the entirety here. Just call this one out. Oop, accidentally moving the Cream a little bit around there. So we've got 1 grouping and 2 grouping. I like running my torpedo corvettes in wings because it increases their salvo size. Hard to shoot down 2 sets of torpedoes or hybrids coming at you at once. So that's the plan anyways. You're saying you go B-side. I'm going to say we don't bother with B-side. We're just going to give that up and take the D point because we are more favored there. Again, you always want to be taking fights that are in your favor. It's your goal as a player to try and stack the odds in your favor and always essentially take an unfavorable. You never want to take a fair fight. That's what I'm going to go with as this idea. You never want to take a fair fight because you always want your engagements to be unfair in your advantage. That's your goal anyways. Our position here is... Let me see. Where is that point? Okay, there we go. My perspective was just a little bit off, but we're just going to finish confusing everyone. Like so. Okay, set you guys to flank speed, loose formation. As for you, number 5, you're going to go towards here, just set you to max speed. And the latte over here can join formation with the cappuccino. For those of you who don't know, this fleet is called Coffee Shop. It's kind of a thematic one. Just going to give them a move order, like so. Call out that. Let's see, who is not moving? So the cream and sugar need to get underway. We're going to move the sugar down low. We're also going to give it a roll order because we include a Pinard module, which detects enemy radar emissions. You saw briefly there's a early warning track that we get a read on, so we can tell there's at least 2 of them. Most likely tugboats, although they could be it could be a silly build on something like an Ocello, but most likely it's going to be a tugboat and a possibility of a monitor. I have seen people run Intel monitors, and those do work decently well. So you can see them giving like some movement orders here, just kind of the advice there. So you should see the 2 quick fleet kind of move over there. We don't want to go for the B point because that's very close quarters, and rocket shuttles will definitely beat us there. However,
we're reading you.
If we are smart here, I'm going to set you to hold fire, and I'm going to order you to fire the beam onto the point here. This gets the ship pre-aimed, kind of just a basic maneuver to make sure that we are in position. Generally speaking, I think that it's best to actually have your ships on hold fire until you are ready to commit to a fight, because that way you can like have your aim orders issued in the first shot, which typically will fire like when they get within the minimal arc. Most often, first shot will miss, so it can actually be better to have your ships hold fire until you are confident that they are zeroed on target, ready to roll, and then you can unleash all your guns at once and suddenly surprise someone. I do this a lot on OSP with my broadside fleets, so let's see. Okay, as for you, Americano and Cortado, you're going to be moving up to here. You'll be trying to get close to the D point. I'm expecting it to be a little hot over there, so we're not going to go straight for it. I'm also going to set you guys to flank speed because I think that we can get away with it. Alright, as for you, we're going to adjust your roll a little bit as well. I'm going to check on the sugar here. Yep, it is doing just fine with its angle. That Pinard module will be able to detect anything down low, but doesn't look like they've got very much, so let's take a look around. So the Kit Kat is going at maximum speed towards the A point. Yep. As for you guys, you're just going to set up here. We're going to cap the C point. And you can see our team kind of moving onto the point as well, but we will get to it first. We are capping ours slightly before theirs, but that is just fine. It means that neutral term has been established. Yeah. You want to try and cap your point before the enemy does, because if you end up on, like, say, 2 versus 2 points, then you will be slightly ahead, and that means they will have to take the initiative and then do something. So you can then capitalize on their errors. We're seeing our first contacts here, or first customers of the day. Yeah. Little coffee shop fleet doing its job. We're going to move you slightly closer to the rock because I'm worried that that might have 450s that could potentially hurt you. Anyways, we are going to have you guys stay real close to the rock right now. We could actually move them down like this and then over like so. That way they correct their course. We're not going for the point. So we're going to make an attack marker ping here. Those are most likely going to be, what do we got here? We are being locked on. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. We are going to just move ourselves around like this.
We have secured zone.
All right, the Cappuccino has finished its job there, so it's going to go towards the 8-point middle. We're going to see the Americano and Cortado have been tracked here, unfortunately. That is a line ship, apparently. Okay, hello, you. We are going to adjust our target onto that, then. Oh dear, they are firing missiles at us. That is, that is interesting. Okay, you need to dive, like, right now, yesterday. Okay, that's a lot of torps. Nope. That is, CMD Hodge. Okay. This might hurt, like, a lot. You need to not be here right now, please. And thank you. Okay, all the torpedoes in the world, those are command, so I can't really do anything besides just pray the defenders work. Ow. Okay, so one of them is going to unfortunately get toasted here. That sucks. As for you, Barista, okay, we see that you are there, so we're going to lock onto that one, and then those bulk freighters are around the outside. All right, we're going to pull back slightly. Going to keep the beam locked onto point here, but because I'm assuming that they do not have the ability to, like, what is it called? The ability to engage me outside of direct line of sight. See more torpedoes coming out here. Yep, okay. We have got tactical reference points established. They're going to be probably overkilling us here, I think. You would just kindly dive. Let's see. Yep, so a bunch of them are focusing on the already dead ship. Very nice to see. So they overkill that. All right, as for you, however, you are now entering into beam range. So we're going to mark that as a priority, and then we're going to glide over the top of the rock here. We're going to adjust your beam fire position to there. We're also going to leave an attack marker so we know roughly where it is. Now, they fired a whole bunch of their torpedoes, and it does mean that we have lost a ship here, unfortunately. The drive is going to go super critical, so we're going to just dive away from that as much as possible. See a little bit of follow-up shots here. All right, there's the tugboat going for the point, so we are going to instead lock on and shoot that one. There we go. It's going to try and get to the point, so we just need to maneuver and hit that. See bulk freighters stacking up over here. Luckily, we have got some allied support, and we have a bunch of radars in position to see the enemy, so we're just going to make sure that we keep ourselves off of their tracks here by pushing ourselves to the outside. Let's take a look at the middle of the map. We've got ourselves the cap here. Very nice. Going to dive back down. Excellent. As for the cappuccino and latte, y'all are just good to chill here for the moment, so just got to change the position of them ever so slightly. We'll check on our barista now. Taking a look, you are approved for fire as soon as you can. Thank you. Please zap that sucker. 3, 2, 1. He should get zapped right about now. There we go. Zap, 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 zap. See you here taking a lot of fire on the A point. Sorry, this is a little distracting for y'all, me flipping between these. I'm just trying to micromanage here. Well, enough. All right, you have gotten your damage done, so you're going to move back in cover. Are you dead yet? Well, we're going to turn off battle short there just to let our beam turret do its thing. Set ourselves to hold fire and then, again, lock the beam onto the point. This way our ship does not do anything silly and will stay there. In a second, we should see the enemy ship that we were just zapping. Unfortunately, they are still active. That's rather poor timing for us. Okay. We are going to make them suffer for this either way. Fire the beams. See, they have another tugboat there, so we're going to fire on the one that is closest. Should be able to get enough damage to kill it. Zap, 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 zap. Come. There we are. All right, we're going to lock onto you and then fire. There we go. All right, so unfortunately, we do lose the D point. However, the Cortado is still alive down here, and that means that we can retake it once we have dealt with the various problems. See that beam destroyer coming around there. Our destroyers, or sorry, the torpedoes coming around there. Oh, they do not appear to have point defense firing. That is not good. Okay, so that might be a problem for us. Our scouts are still off the radar. All right, we might have to go deal with that ourselves. That said, the A point is getting a little bit hairy right now. Okay, hi there, buddy. We are going to just fire missiles at you. Enjoy. We're going to quickly dive down. I'm surprised they don't see us, but we do have jamming cover. I'm going to mark that as a decoy there. Okay, we're going to also then fire some torpedoes out. All right, as for you, Mr. Beam Destroyer, if you are quite done with that. Okay, that thing is dead there. Coolio. Marking as killed. We need to quickly micro ourselves back. Yeah. Oh, big sippy Naxero. All right, I'll give that to you in a second. Ooh, the Isekai truck. Pyro! Ah! This woman and her exports. So for those of you who don't know, Pyro is another very good player in the game, and she has a torpedo truck named the Isekai truck. And, well, it is the truck that isekais people, because it hits them with... Well, you basically get hit by a truck. It's a bulk freighter, and it just flattens you. Okay, this thing over here looks... it's been damaged, but it's not quite dead yet, so we're going to rotate ourselves over and engage on that. As for the Cortado, let's see. The tugs there look like they're damaged, so we're going to now move ourselves onto the point. We survived their initial rush, so now we just need to recapture and basically kind of get ourselves back into the game here for the moment. Let's set the Cortados and change these things to be more clickable on. All right, as for you... does it send you to Skyrim? Honestly, it might. I don't know for sure. Okay. Hi, buddy. You are good right here, so we're going to actually keep you moving laterally just a little bit so I can try and keep momentum if I had to dive back. You are approved for battle short as soon as you get a arc here, so, you know, you're actually just going to stand still for the moment. If this thing does fire missiles, I can quickly dip back into cover, which I'm actually going to start doing ever so slightly here. And in a second, we should microwave this thing to death. Fire! Zap! This is within the kill range. We're hitting right within the drive section of the ship, so it should be going down a bit. We are just going to fire until that thing cooks, so that's our plan. As for A point, we need to be moving because there is stuff here. Oh dear. We're just going to fire never mind. That is a decoy, actually. I have only so much attention and awareness that I can make use of, so instead we're going to fire some torpedoes at these guys, I think. That should be good. There we are. Move ourselves up the rock a little bit here. All right, Latte, you're going to take the side maneuver here. We should be able to see exactly which ones these are. This one is evacuated. We're going to fire a fly swatter missile at this one. There we are. Marking that as killed. Okay, Barista, are you quite done cooking this yet? Okay, Barista is doing his job cooking there, but we need to make sure that this thing does in fact die. Gonna ask them which bulk freighter is it? Because this thing is not technically dead yet. It has not popped life pods, as far as I can tell, so.
On it.
All right, as for you, you're going to go into the point here. You should be at flank speed, actually. Thank you. Let's see. That is a tugboat trying to make a getaway. We are not going to allow that. Fire a fishtail, please. Okay, that's going to be a problem in a moment. We're going to engage onto that. Yep, there we go. All right, as for you, fire drumsticks, and then fire a spin bonker as well. Missiles away. Let's take a look over on the A point. I believe that stuff is happening here. Fortunately, I did not get a chance to verify if things were alive or dead. All right, as for the Cortado right now, you're just dumping everything you got. Torps out in the water, spin bonkers deployed, fire another fly swatter just to go with that one. Yeah. All right, as for you, you're actually good. Yep, okay, that one is dead, confirmed. Let's just lock onto this thing here, and then that should make our command guidance better. Yep, whack. Excellent, it is dead. Mark you as killed. Woohoo. All right, Barista, is your job to now overwatch this point, so you're going to be moving forwards like so. The Cortado has actually overshot here, which is unfortunate. You are a problem. We're going to fire torpedoes on you and a fly swatter as well for good measure. Torps will be out in the water, and they should go after this thing, I hope. We're going to just lock it on here now and try and fire the beam. All right, let's take a look. So we're trying to micro 2 fights right now, which is a little bit hectic as we're just trying to make sure everything works. This ship does not appear to be dead, so we're going to fire some fly swatters into it, since it should just get finished off like that. Want to make sure that we don't accidentally throw here. Let's see, bulk freighter, tugboats. I thought I saw an Ocello somewhere, but all right. Womp. Okay, that thing is not quite dead yet, but we can fix that in a second. So we're just going to burn flank thrusters forwards and take the point like so. Gonna move yourself off. There we are. That is a escape pod. We can mark that as killed. This tugboat does have a little pop gun in the front, but it has been neutralized, so we should be fine. Gonna have you fly upwards here, actually. As for you, the cream can start moving its way over here. The sugar as well can advance. Yeah, we are making things happen. So, unfortunately, we were a little bit behind on the caps, but we are able to now kind of recover.
There's been a launch.
Okay, what just launched torpedoes? I just heard something launch. Let's see. Tugboat here should get lasered in a second. Come on, beam turrets. You're so close.
Reporting.
All right, verify that the A point is in fact clear. This thing is still technically alive, I think, much to my surprise because I don't see magic space oil. Let's see. Oh, that is a... They have containers? No, those are those containers? Those are containers. Okay. Well, that CL is taking a pounding and it just died. Okay, that's less than ideal. Okay. There is quite a lot of things going on in this game. Let's take a look. The Barista, I believe, has torched you. I'm just going to make sure. Fire battle short. Wah. That should be, in fact, dead. Yep, I can see the magic smoke, so we're going to signal you have been killed. We're not going to cease the fire order yet, just because I don't have time to quite edit headings. We'll just keep it aimed that way for now. Move you up top. We've secured the D side, and we're going to move our assets over here to track. All right, as for you, I think that I might be able to... Yep, they have an actual container, so we're going to send you two onto the A point in the hopes that together you will be able to cap this and put us back into the lead here. We've neutralized a lot of their assets. Our destroyer... not our destroyer, our battleship is moving up. Oh, that's interesting. Beam on the front instead of the belly. Okay. I like the beam backpack. Personally, I'm only like a fan of the beam backpack. I don't typically go double beam, but I mean, hey, they're making it work. We're pushing forward with the battleship, and there's not really much to stop them up here. I'm going to mark this as a priority target for my team.
Receiving.
Now that we have a little second, we can actually adjust ourselves accordingly. Going to have you just set like a ghost fire order over here like we said and cancel locking on that track. You're just going to hang out back here at the D point, make sure that this stays in our hands while we maneuver around the battle space here.
Reporting.
Alright, we can see that there is a tugboat here, which could be a problem, so we are going to answer that with a little insta-stage hybrid missile. Whee!
Helm, take us in.
Not sure which ones they have tagged as dead, but in this case, we're going to be firing some missiles out. Oop, uh-oh. Unfortunately, that will instantly stage onto that one, and this will instead have a... Okay, that missile was drunk. We do use fast startup module, which means we have like a 20% failure rate, but it's still fine, I think, maybe.
Aye, aye. Full
All right, Cortado is kind of getting its way up here. As for the cream, you need to be making your way over. Make sure that your heading and stuff is good. Yep, that looks fine. We can detect anything we want. As for the sugar, you know what? You're just fine to go underneath the map right this second. We'll try and keep you like flipped over just so you can see best. There we go. All right, let's take a look. So that tugboat is getting itself in range. We should be able to kill this thing. I'm good. Okay, so we have torps already out on it. We're just going to probably overinvest torping this thing here, but hey, you know what? When in Rome. Or we could hit the single shuttle in the way. Okay, dead ship tanking. Yippee! It's got probably another one. Yep. All right, whatever. Will you hit the rock? It's thinking about it. Okay, yes, no, maybe so. Rock. No, the weave. No. Darn. All right, you live another day. Damn, that thing has got 3 defenders? Oh, 3 Pavises. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, so we'll have to deal with that. We have 1 torp strike left, so that's what we're going to rely on. I think that we're going to hug up close to the rock here. Honestly, our beam battleship will be able to cook this thing in a second. I'm just going to call for that. Just ask them nicely and whatnot. See, when you're doing cap plate stuff, it's important to ask your allies for a little bit of help when you need it. That way you can work together best as a team. We've secured ourselves 3 points. You're taking a little bit of incoming here, so torpedoes are out. Luckily, we have enough defenders that these should be able to kill them, I think. Is your defender out? Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. Okay, so one of our defenders was out there, which is less than ideal, and we've got multiple missiles coming in here, rocket containers. Looks like some other nastiness, too. All right, looks like our chaff cloud is good. We're just going to pop more chaff here in a second, and then pop our radar as well. Yep, these are just axe seekers, so we should be able to handily take these out. No problem, no sweat. Yeah. All right, the barista looks like it is pretty secure back here, so we're going to start moving you downwards towards the E point, I think. That will be good. The sugar is on its way there already. Very nice, very nice. All right. Anyways, welcome to Coffee Shop as zap zap goes the tugboat. Come on, alarms. All right, that ship is in fact dead. We heard the alarms and we see the magic smoke, so we're going to signal it as such. That is another tug. Just got to call that out to our teammate here. They're doing a wonderful job. This ship has now entered into beaming range. We quickly call the shot, and we should see this thing rotate and fire in a second. Yep, it's just needing to bank its angling. So we've secured ourselves a 3-point lead. Now all we have to do is hold it. I'm fairly confident with our holdings on the D side of the map, since the fleet that advanced here, they kind of, well, they fell upon our swords at great cost to us, though. We lost our beam destroyer fleet here as well. So it's a fairly even trade. That said, there is problems afoot over here as this bulk freighter is coming out to play. Ooh, that's a trio of bulks going to C point. All right. The barista is going to instead divert to hold our natural point here, the C point. So we're going to do just that. We're a bit out of range, and by a bit out of range, I mean like 10 kilometers out of range. So I'm going to adjust accordingly here. We will call the shot on one of these in particular. There we go. We'll signal this. Focus fire 2473. Yes, yes. Haha. We want to try and take out one of their bulk freighters and then just kind of, well, tear them apart slowly, piece by piece. This tugboat is getting zapped, so that will be fine. We've got our guys here just chilling, hanging out, so we're going to actually dive them down low, keeping them together for point defense, because there is containers afoot, and I know that one of my defenders is out. I will actually restore that, because I think that is worth it right now.
Standing by.
We're going to set ourselves off of flank speed for the moment. That said, that... all right, so let's see. We've got, what are you? Just torpedoes and stuff. Ooh, you've got a bullseye as well. That explains your command guidance and why it hits consistently. Very nice. All All right, what do you have in the banks? Only one hybrid left. Well, that'll probably be enough. We'll try and line up a shot on it and see if we can't take it out. Yeah, we are pressuring each of the points here fairly well, so things should be going into our favor in a second. I've already got a capper headed towards the E point. I don't know if they potentially have mines on the point. I have seen that done before multiple times, and it is quite good, so not to find out. This ship is still technically alive. I say technically because any second now. Yep, there it is. That should be the magic smoke, indeed, marking as killed. Just gotta call out to the team. Again, communication is overpowered. Use it whenever you can. You see them going for a desperate C push here. Our Axford is taking a whole bunch of fire in the front, but Axfords are very tough from the front. So even though there's a good chunk of what looks like 250 slamming into it right now, because it's not been plasma stripped, the front half of the ship is expendable. The turrets can stay alive thanks to Axford's excellent repair rate. The front stack there is probably going to go down, but again, this thing is just withering a ungodly amount of fire from, well, as you see here, plenty of bulk freighters. Actually, are those 250? Those might be... Those might be T-30 turrets firing AP rounds. I haven't seen any plasma impact them, which has me a little bit curious, but either way, just gonna keep our fleet rotating back here now. Yeah.
Reporting.
Cappuccino and the Latte are in position here. There should be a container liner somewhere on the map.
Send traffic.
I think I will start going to hunt that once I have secured some of my holdings here. We could go hunt it down, but at the same time, most of the ships here that we have are going to be pretty secure with their point defense nets. I think maybe not this one, actually. This does not really have too much in the way of container shoot down, but we will see.
We are tracking a spiker.
Battleships that, like, a battleship has ridiculously good damage reduction, so it shouldn't be as big of a mission. Actually, those are all, wow. Those must have just run out of fuel. Dang, that thing's got to be way far back then. All right. Red like roses. Yep. Pyro.
Standing by.
That woman and her ruby obsession. All right, well, at least we know what we're facing. We're going to fire off one of our fishtail missiles here to go after that thing, and hopefully that will take it out. Since you are moving a little bit faster than the sugar, we'll also have you...
We're running out of missiles.
You'll be there in 4 minutes. That's all right.
Here now, Commander.
All right, as for Latte and Cappuccino, you're just going to dive down to this rock and kind of overwatch here. See them trying to go for the point here. That tugboat should be pretty soon dead. Just going to lock it for our team like so. We're burning best speed, but it's going to take us a while to get over there. You can see our battle group has now nicely maneuvered over and answered the enemy's push. Ooh, this thing got toasted in a reactor blue. Very nice. So 450 kind of overpenning, but at the same time, it's doing respectable damage for the shots that do land into the drives and reactors. That said, that is quite a bit of fire, so they're going to have to make sure they keep their heading facing towards those. Yeah, respectable amount of Daka going off there. Some missiles as well for their trouble. Just zooming in on this thing. Let's see, will they hit? Wham, wham, 2 good hits, although Tug's very good at tanking with the front little, like, 4 stack of components they've got there. The CIC typically up top, so hard to snipe.
Ready.
But soon we will be in range to beam it, and that will then spell doom and disaster for all these fleets that have tried to push up here. They've kind of got themselves stuck in an open space here as they're trying to position and maneuver. However, now our team is ready to react to them, and the battleship is coming out to play. This thing is going to get within 5 kilometers and just turn one of these things to dust. All right, we just saw something coming off the B point, which is a little cause for concern. All right, Cortado is just overwatching here. I think I got a hit on you. You're still alive, but you're just a intel monitor. So remember at the start of the game, I said you can sometimes see intel monitors. Well, there is one for you. Aha, what do we have here? All right, we've got 2 drumsticks left in the tank, so let's just go ahead and adjust. So they're going to be trying to engage us. All right, that tugboat should be good to shoot. Zap, zap. You are approved to fire. Fire. Zap, 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 zap.
Ready.
Come on, cook.
Missile detected.
Any second now. Seriously, any second now, please. There's the alarm. Turn off the battle short. Okay, mark you as killed. Thank you. Next, we are going to be playing point guard as we see them trying to walk behind us there. So our ships, the bulk freighters here look like they're pretty handled by our Axfords, so we're going to handle what the Axfords can't, which would be the small cappers and stuff. Keeping ourselves kind of aware of the enemy. See that Clipper trying to be sneaky. Uh-oh. That is a lot of missiles coming in on the battleship. Holy rocket strike. Ow. Well, the good news is that battleships have a lot of armor, so most of those didn't initially penetrate. Yeah, rocket container. So the good news, too, is that none of those can really knock out the big essentials on the battleship. All the guns are still active and online, although you can see these are kind of knocked out for the moment. They're probably not, flat out destroyed. They just need to be repaired. So We'll see those come back in a second or two. As for the cream over here, you're just going to be doing continued scouting stuff. Sugar is on point now, ready and doing its stuff. All right, they have wisely chosen to try and defend their point instead of going after me on like the D point stuff. So we're just going to transfer a lock over to this one. Yep, should work anyways. If you would roll, please. Thank you.
Understood.
Just being a little bit silly. We're going to turn off flank speed on this because we are basically out of thrusters.
Standing by.
Downside of radar drives, we're just going to duck low. All right, we've gotten the point here, so we're going to quickly find ourselves into cover. Because I don't need to worry about the ELINT anymore. I'm just going to turn that off. I'm going to instead have you guys dive down so you can potentially engage. Yeah. All right, let's take a look around. So the barista is getting ready to shoot this thing. We'll have you lock on in a second and then just dive, because you look like you're instead... Yeah, they're going for the back cap on the D point. Frontline fight is going well. We can see roughly where they're launching from. Something over here, B point-ish. There it is. Gonna just mark that here. Oh, misspelled that. That should be 2038. That should be the target in question. I think one of our teammates has Intel Center, or actually, no, the barista has Intel Center. Yes, excellent. All right, so we see this guy here. You are approved for weapons fire. Cook the shuttle. Zap, 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 zap. This guy should go down here, meaning we can stop our initial rotation. Uh-oh. See some missiles coming off here. Ah! Pop chaff! Evade! Evade! No! I was a little too late on that one, unfortunately. These are very naked frigates. They're just like 260-ish points, just meant to scout. But that said, we got the point like we needed, so.
Reporting.
Backcapping is banned. Uh-huh.
Aye, aye.
Agreed, indeed. So, give him credit there. I hung out on the point a little too long. I'm surprised this thing is not dead yet. So we're just going to cycle our beam, let it finish firing, and then just, do our thing. So we'll just move ourselves downwards here. It is not under command, but that does not mean that it is necessarily dead. So we're just going to be keeping ourselves in reserve. Something does see us, which I'm betting is that cargo feeder.
Send your traffic.
We can also see the Cortado, even though this thing does not have really any weapons left besides its ceremonial arming missile. We're going to keep it on standby. Oop. There we go. You're good to hold fire since that ship is in fact confirmed dead. All right, mark you as killed. There we are. Ceasing fire. All right. Now we're going to go back to what we were doing, which is annihilating the enemy. Yes. So the C point is a bit of an issue since they did actually get the cap. However, we should be able to hold on here.
We can't shoot that far.
All right. Cortado is just going to... I think it's just going to hang out for the moment. I don't really want to use my missiles to knock out that intel feeder because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a threat. If I have to, I can throw 2 torpedoes into it, but I have to get a little bit closer to do so. Or instead, we're just going to be chilling, hanging out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. Shooting B-ball up outside the school.
Aye, aye.
All right, let's take a look. What do we got left? The cream should see pretty much everything up here. You can just cancel your roll order. That way you get a little bit better maneuverability.
Repositioning.
Lets the ship dynamically roll itself to adjust as its thrusters want to be perpendicular to the angle that you're trying to turn at. So it makes the most sense to keep it like if you're just trying to dip your nose straight down, you want straight thrusters coming out the top instead of having to deal like a whole angled roll thing. Anyways. We'll just be keeping you on track here. Yep, definitely in range. So we've got this little Corvette coming over here. I don't know if it has any missiles left. It might. But the container liner itself, like once we folded the rest of their fleet here, that thing, that might actually be dead. 'Cause I saw life pods here, right? No guarantee that that is from that ship. We should see its status with evacuated or not. Ooh, a lot of rockets coming out here. Again, though, luckily, these are... Ooh, no, not with the armor cooked off. That is going to be a problem. Ouch. Well, it can probably survive through that, assuming the drive and magazine and stuff don't detonate. Ooh, that is an issue that needs to be resolved. Okay, hi there. Yeah, you are weapons free and just battle short as soon as you get a angle on that. I did not realize that bulk freighter managed to sneak onto the A point. That is rather annoying. All right, you are go for a strike on that, I suppose.
Course laid in.
Try and move you guys up over the rock here. Nya, 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 nya. There we are.
Proceeding.
All right. They're just going to hammer their thrusters forward, and that should be that. Bulk freighters are always deceptively fast for like how big they are. And I run bulk freighters pretty often, and I'm still surprised by how quick they can get to places. We can still see just a whole bunch of fire pouring into the battleship here. Unfortunately, it is onto the cooked side where all those rockets hit, so its armor has been really opened up. That said, the battleship should maybe be able to survive, assuming they can scram and fix the reactors here. We can see the enemy ships here. Oh, they've detected us. That is less than stellar. Are those coming towards me? That might be
We're
the case.
reading you.
That's going to be bad. Okay. We can probably pop chaff here and evade these, so we'll just do
Aye, aye.
that now. Alright, and just going to maneuver over
Aye,
like
aye,
so,
confirmed.
away from them, so that way our chaff ideally will seduce them. Problem is that as soon as they get their initial track, it is going to be
Executing.
bad for us, so we just need to make sure they lock onto the
Positioning.
chaff cloud first. So with any luck, we'll be able to maneuver and make that happen.
Aye, aye. Missile
Trying to
command
get
slow.
back here.
Aye,
Come
aye.
on.
Missile, missile.
All right, we see the missiles going out here. Yes, we do successfully evade. They all go after the chaff. Woohoo! However, unfortunately, that is like our, well, basically all of our chaff. So, still, the maneuver has worked, and we have successfully locked them. We see another rocket container coming out here for our trouble.
Course laid in.
All right, hello there, on point. Zap, 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 zap. All right, you're gonna turn off battle short since this thing is thoroughly cooked. I don't know if I've actually knocked it out for good, but is not having a good time at the very least, so we're going to move ourselves over here. The Cortado is going to move onto the point here, assuming that this ship does not have an arming missile. We should be able to cap it. We have torpedoes still left in the bag. Ooh, this thing is in fact dead. Excellent. We're going to mark you as killed. You are going to hold fire. Thank you. All right, now we're going to deal with that problem over there. So we're going to reset the heading. Until we get an actual angle, we're just going to sit tight close to the rock, out of their line of sight, ideally.
Course laid in.
Just kind of set yourself up here. You'll turn around and then zap them, and that'll be good. Yeah. Just need to make sure that we hold on to our
Set
stuff,
traffic.
and then that'll be that.
Aye, aye. Proceeding.
Again, match still pretty close in terms of score. Bulk Freighter's given us a lot of trouble here. Okay, I guess we just managed to evade one last time. Let's go. So another big old rocket strike coming out here. We are keeping the enemy still on track, thanks to our little Corvette over here doing its job, although I don't think they have any more missiles either. All right, let's see. Barista, are you quite rotated onto target? Not quite yet. Okay. We're just going to have you move over here, and then your heading should be set momentarily. We don't have a Dragonfly in this. It is a Raider drive, so it gives us very good strafing speed and whatnot.
Ready.
But it does not mean that we have the best turn rate. So ideally, we want to pre-aim and then zap somebody. So we're going to be setting ourselves up like this and then just royally sprinting forward,
Course laid in.
making sure that they do not have an arc on us. Looks like all their guns are facing the wrong way. Ooh, these are obelisks. That's why we saw 250 and 100 mil fire. Obelisk meaning it stands straight up and then fires all of its guns like that. So a lot of nasty DACA. However, they are about to witness the full concentrated power of the sun. Barista, you are weapons free. Battle short enabled. All right, chat, let's see this thing get cooked. Priority target marked, just so, yeah, you know, why not? We're not quite in range to actually proper kill it, but hey, it's not going to like this. A lot of its guns already taken out here. We're just dealing the finishing blows, breaking this thing's structure. There we go. Barista, why are you... Please keep shooting. I see what it did. It overrolled a little bit, so just needs to correct its course now. Zap, 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 zap. Now we hear that thing is in fact dead. So once again, Beam Destroyer is cleaning up shop here. Very nice to see. All right, we are holding the point here. Red Leg Roses, I do not believe had any offensive weapons. That said, we can still double back and take it out in a second here. And that will leave the enemy with 1 cap to our 4. They've got 842 points. We have 778, so we are sitting pretty for the moment. Their bulk freighters are currently retreating, and their container liner is pretty much the last ship in the game, so it's just going to start exiting the map here. You see they've got a shuttle trying to go for the B point. We're going to dive towards the B point here now, because, hey, why not push our advantage a little further? The game will be over pretty shortly anyways. Them just dumping the last of their missiles now in a futile effort. Yeah, they don't have anything, unfortunately, close enough. You see this fleet here has the cry tag, and this is a, what's it called, the Mint Basic Bulk Freighter. I am betting that is a decoy, because we have seen that they were a container liner, and I don't think a bulk freighter would be here at this point in the game, so we're just going to expect that to be, ooh, the battleship just went down, I realized. We're just going to expect that to be a non-issue. Battleship is not there anymore. Okay, luckily our Axfords, they are wounded, but they've held the line. Salute to the Kitten and the Grim over here. Just big old tough gals just holding up in the front line as that like big fleet of OSP firepower kind of pushed over the rock. So,
we're reading you.
let's get you over here and just see if we can't cook that off. Oh, you do have a gun. Okay, well that's going to change things a little bit. All right, Latte and Cortado, you are approved for engagement. I did not think that that thing came with a T-30. Very nice to see.
Course laid in.
However, they did not account for the fact that we have a singular arming missile in our VLS, which means that we have the equivalent capping power as you. You're going to have to shoot at my VLS, and I hope you have fun doing that because I'm going to run circles around you. Also, the barista is going to be coming over here and zapping you with a beam in a second. So, prepare to not have fun.
Course laid in.
It's saying send the cruisers, dare you. All right, let's find out. So I don't know if these have point defense left. We're seeing some... Oh, they're actually trying to shoot it down with AP rounds. That's kind of funny. Oh, you see all the rocket containers burst off here. Flak actually doing a pretty good job against them, shooting down those ones. These going after the chat cloud. Very nicely done, Axfords. Well done. All right, let's see. Cappuccino and Latte are doing their best to get over here, but it's taking them a little bit to change their course and whatnot. Ooh, that was actually a decoy container clipper. Again, they have fooled me. Very well played. I respect people who run decoys. Just, it's a nice little silly tool. All right, the barista should be getting into weapons range shortly. We're going to engage flank speed and set battle short on. Let this thing zoom over here, close that last 500-meter gap.
Receiving.
All right, Cappuccino and Latte, come on, you can do it. Why are you all moving so slow?
At the ready.
Actually, though, why are you moving so slow?
Standing by.
You should be going like stupid zoomies. You're on loose formation. Huh. Okay, weird. Did I set your heading or something? No, I didn't. All right, well, now you go. There we are. Main engine's kicking on there. Let's see. The beam is good. Zap, zap, zap. All right, that thing won't quite cook yet. We just had to carve through all the internals and stuff, and then eventually we'll be there.
We are securing zone boxer.
All right, come on, zap, zap. All right, we're gonna turn off battle short because we are cooking ourselves here, and we have started a fire. That said, this thing should be dead. Yep, there we are. Zappity, zappity, zap. All right, we have finished off that threat, so we are going to instead cease fire and then change your heading to be this direction. Turn off flank as well. Nothing on the D point, nothing on the A point. C and E are firmly on our hands, so it is just the B point, which we are actually getting thanks to, again, the one little hero corvette that allies have sent along with us. I love when other people run capping assets, because it means I don't have to cover everything. As you saw, it was a little bit hectic this game, trying to make sure that everything was being micromanaged. No. Call that thing as dead, since we can see the magical smoke cloud that it emitted. And there's the life pods as well. Excellent.
Orders.
That will be that in a second. We will end with the 5 cap. Again, OSP, credit to them. They played well. They got 890 points this game. It's just going to be 3 more ticks, and then that'll be that. Just finishing off the last of them. Still this bulk freighter fighting to the last. I'm ready. Wait for it. He's going to say, how about you? Where is it? Come on. Finish the Halo Reach quote. Finish it. You know you want to quote a meal. Come on. Do it.
Receiving.
I'm quite happy with how this game went. Our allies, they got pretty blasted in the front because there was a good chunk of firepower that they had to wither through, but hey, still respect for them holding out here. We lost the battleship, but we won the war. See the last little hoorah as it fires all of its high explosive shots into our stripped out ship here. I don't think its radars are working very well because those are going all over the place. I'll be a GG. So that was a fun first game. Didn't get time to drop my GG, so I'll do it in the post game. And yeah, let's take a look. So again, we saw 2 Quicks fleet all over on the B side, got a little blasted. Those OSP bulkers came over the rocket very aggressively. We unfortunately lost the destroyers who are our escorts covering our flank, but that meant that the Isekai truck was able to be felled by us after it had kind of overextended itself. A bunch of our assets end up getting cleaned up. Still, most of our fleet is alive and well, kind of living to tell the day. Battleship, again, took a stupid amount of fire there. You see 20,000 damage soaked. So yeah, battleships, I mean, our capitals, like they took the heat. Ooh, we can see the... wait, hang on. Okay, so the Isekai truck didn't actually get a chance to fire that much. Most of these missed or were soft-killed or hard-killed. Okay, so these are Saw Hodge. So what was the other one? It was the Lego brick that did it. Yeah, CMD Hodge. Okay, so some of these slammed into us there. I think they fired, like, would have been 32, because it's... You can do 16 per salvo with 8 MLS-3s. So yeah, they would have fired, like, 32 torpedoes into our little corvette there, which, I mean, hey, if they want to invest that much, I'm not going to tell them they're overkilling, but hey. Yeah, we managed to core that thing up with the beam. 50,000 damage dealt from Slim Kraken over here. All these rocket containers just... yeah, look at that damage dealt. 348, yep, 50k. Got a funny missile name, Scientology missiles. ARAD act with the CMD val. Interesting, having to use tactical reference points to do that. I'm still not very good with TRPs myself. I don't do the most yub-nub gameplay, but... Pulse Prophet, just cheap act missile here, kind of used to whack a couple of the various assets you'll catch around the edge of the battle space. Stuff that won't have chaff, or you can just kind of scouting missile. Cheap missiles are very good because you can get visual on the enemy if you're a size 2 or larger. So this is why you can do things like a scouting size 2 cruise missile on the, say, back slot of your Axford or Vauxhall or something like that. Very good for giving you situational awareness and checking around a corner. You can just give it an extended act seeker or semi-active homing. Not that you need an illuminator, because it turns out it works even if it detects nothing. So that said, yeah, they had 3 line ship decoys, and I thought I saw one of them at the very end there, so that's probably what it was. The Clippers, though, they did fool me. I'll give them credit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this game went. We did lose a lot of our stuff, but we ended up winning the war despite the OSP's best efforts and like just a lot of damage dealt to us. I mean, yeah, 22 here, 50, almost 51k here. Between these fleets, like that'll be like what 25 right there, and then another like this would be like 32k. So yeah, OSP dealt a lot of damage, but they just couldn't quite hang on to the points. If this was a conquest game, then they would definitely have like inflicted a heavily like we suffered heavy losses here. Don't get me wrong. Like these ships are gonna have to go back to port and fix themselves. These are very skeletal. They're missing a bunch of compartments. Interesting. Well, I guess they had to cheap out somewhere in order for the little E-War ship to go with. But yeah, good fight overall. Credit to the opposition. They played well. We're just gonna take a little 3-minute ad break here because we do this so that people don't get pre-rolls between matches. We'll be back for some more Nebulous content in a bit. Don't go anywhere, or if you do, be back in 3. And yeah, more Neko nonsense to follow. I will see y'all in 3. Alrighty, Chatty Catties, we are back. We're gonna do some more Nebulous multiplayer games. Let's just tab back into the game and check and see what is open in lobby. Ooh, held this bluff on kill board or the area official killers. We're gonna check what's on for. Oop, okay, cool. Just gonna load in now. Nice to see some people in here that I've seen before. Hands your bones and whatnot. All right. We played ANS last game, so I was kind of hoping to get OSP, but I think it'll be all right for us to play a little more ANS. Everyone knows that the two factions in game are the ANS and the OOSP. So, what do we feel like playing? We can do a little bit of Axfording. Got some sidearm Axfords here. Gonna check my fleet here real quick and make sure that is what I think it is. We've got a whole bunch of chaff decoys in this one, a whole bunch of chaff and active decoys in you. These are pretty standard Axfords in the sense that they've just got the forward-facing 450. Back slots on these are the chaff boxes because I wanted a bunch of defenders around. The reason I have defenders here, here, and here instead of doing the cheeks is because the cheeks are mounting the Mark 62 guns, giving us a lot of rate of fire. We put a blanket jammer on the front of one of these, and then the other one has lock-in on potential. Reason being is the Axe Fraud, if we take a look down here, is carrying a spyglass, so keeping the bullseye lets it lock. And then the Axe Evasion over here is running a parallax, meaning that it is also capable of locking. And it also balances the power requirements for these modules a little bit better. So, going to reveal this to our team and see what we get. Oop, Microsoft Edgelord joining us. I see them pop in and out multiple times when I stream on... usually it's on Wednesdays. Sometimes I do a Saturday stream for Neb. I was thinking about maybe doing 2 weekly Neb streams because it is kind of fun. I play with Doc Vivi on Fridays, which is a lot of fun. She does open lobby games. So if any of y'all want to join those, it's a blast to see both new and old players coming in. For me, I'm just kind of doing a drop in any lobby that I see right now. I had tried hosting my own before, but just had mixed results with that. So I just put myself wherever I feel like I can get some good content. Occasionally I'll do some casting of certain games. If it's like, hey, here's a full lobby. There's some players I think that are interesting. I'm like, hey, I'm going to try casting this game, do a little commentary. I'm worried this might be like a little stacked because we have a captain, a rear admiral, and commodore. I think rear admiral is like double the number of games that I've played. So not to say that like rank exactly equates to skill, but it does give you a sense of kind of like how long somebody's played the game, and you can be a little more experienced and have a little bit more of an edge with that. That said, there are also some very good blue players who I have been quite surprised by because they will just roll up with a build that I look at and think, huh, that doesn't seem that threatening, and then it completely floors us. Like last game, we saw somebody had gotten, what was it, like 50,000 damage to the container liner? Yeah, you can pull some numbers that are pretty good. Wrong Keo over here coming with, what's that? Ooh, Beam Axford. Very nice. Bones has, I don't actually know what, but Frig Blob? Alright, that'll be interesting. Just called T. Not really much to say about that, just it appears to be a blob of frigates with a bunch of jamming and flak and Mark 62, or Mark 60. Yeah, Mark 64s instead. Okay. Normally you see the Mark 62s for the higher rate of fire, but the Mark 64 can break certain damage thresholds because it's 250. So, got beams instead of beams, but that said, I mean, it's a pair of Axfords. They've got respectable point defense, 3 defenders, 4 stone walls. I'm actually slightly more, I used to be a very big stone wall enjoyer, but then the armor thickness changes hit, and it kind of messed with how effective they are against missiles. So now I'm a little more leaning towards the wonderful Chad Fender. I will ready up here just so we can kind of incentivize people to get underway. As long as we don't have like a complete lack of Cap Fleet gaming, then we should be fine. If I need to, I can definitely switch over and play Cap Fleet again, although it is a little hectic watching me already trying to like keep my APM very high, manage all the little capping assets as I have to manage 2 fights at once there. Okay, we have got an Axford with a bunch of missiles in the backpack, so big old 3,000 point cringe, don't look. All right, well, I'm a little worried about presence there, so I think that I can swap off Axfords here, and instead we'll go for another one of our Cap fleets. I think we'll try iteration 2 of the coffee shop. Just ask them 1 second, please. We get this set up. So this gives us a little bit of stuff here. Just going to double check. So we've got the cappuccino, latte, and Americano making their return. We've got the barista and the apron, a stripped down version of the barista here. Took out the Intel Center in exchange for just, well, I just kind of rearranged the internals. It's more or less the same ship, although just a little bit smaller. Cream and sugar provide situational awareness. We only need 3 cappers here, so that should be all right. I'm just ready up with that. They should see that they're the last one. Yep, there we go. They just saw the 9 out of 10 in the lobby and were like, oh, I need to ready up now. So I think that everything will be good. I've got 3 ships that I can contest cap points with. I've got 2 beam destroyers that I can watch tight angles with. And I've got situational awareness in the form of 2 spyglass frigates. I feel pretty confident with the build. It's my sort of general ANS fleet comp for when I have to play cap game. I'm not the best cap player. There's definitely more experienced and, well, just kind of in the know practiced cap gamers than me, but hey, I can be a cap boy when I want to. Also, as some of you may have noticed, I put on my trustworthy fleet commanding hat here. It's made out of recycled newspaper. I don't know why they ran an article about me on it, but still. We'll just load in. So, welcome to Halidut's Bluff. It is set into a very big asteroid, of which we only fight for this small section of, but hey, still a nice map. Sea point very high, so it's going to be a little bit hard for us to control that. I'm thinking we will just send out a beam destroyer to watch the B point, a beam destroyer to watch the A point. We can kind of tuck it off to the side here. So, that said, we're going to look at the correct angle here. So we're going to send the barista into the B point. The apron is going to watch the A point. For cream and sugar, I want the cream to be kind of up here. The sugar to be over here. I think that we'll cover this area here and this area here. Alright. I could potentially set up a beam destroyer like on this rock to guard here, which I think will work. Yeah, we're going to instead send the barista up to the C point then to try and manage that angle. It's a bit of open, like, empty space that I have to push to, but I want to control that C point and the A point down here as well. So, let's see. We've got our cappers, which are just going to go fast and get the respective points that they're going after. So, we'll just do that like so. That said, just going to ask who has our natural point here, because I'm expecting to go contest, 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 and then play off that angle. Ask if maybe it's like, because they've got missile support. Just ask if they can do that. They can quickly cap the D point and then just reinforce other locations. There we are. So, yeah. Instead, the Jaguar Prowler over here will be taking it from the UGX tag, which is Davis over here. So, that should all kind of work out. We're just sending off the, like we said, the minimum investment. Oop, there we go. Need to hit deploy. The minimum investment we need to contest the point. There's going to be a rocket or gun shuttle or 2 heading up to those points to try and cap it. We need to send our stuff out first. Okay, so we see there's a big track over here. We can tell by the engine flare. Not sure exactly what that could be, but we're going to give it a ping either way. Okay, we see a little bit over there. Call that out. Okay, we're going to need to get you guys going ASAP. You are going to go here, and then you are going to go here. We will fix those slightly in a second. You're going to go here. As for the apron, you are going to go down like over this away. Doesn't matter if they collide with anything, because by the time that everyone is underway, we will be able to fix it. So there. Alright, the initial orders have been set. Let's clean that up a little bit now that we've finished doing the sloppy initial execution. You're going to go just like under here and then onto the C point. The barista is going to go over here. You're going to be set to hold fire, and then you're going to be aiming at the C point here, using the same trick we did before where we order them to hold fire. Same idea over here. You're going to be aiming at this point. I'm going to set you up like so, and then I want you to dive down like over here on the outside. As for you, you should be able to get over the rock here and then hopefully skirmish or something. I might have the apron actually go directly. Yeah, we're going to have the apron go directly up here. I want you to be angled onto the point ready to zap any shuttle that comes around, because they are probably going to come from that angle, and we need to be aimed right at that. So we're just going to change our angling of the beam turret slightly. There. Well, it's actually not a beam turret, it's a spinal turret. Spinal turret? That doesn't sound right. It's a spinal cannon versus the beam turrets, which you will see here on the bellies of these experts looking all mean and green. That's going to be a nasty push down that angle. The cream here is going to be moving upwards. We don't see anything on our elint, so we're going to just execute a roll order here as you move around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. We're keeping an eye on this kind of expanse of space here, trying to make sure that nobody creeps up on us. All right, we have gotten the D point thanks to our little blob here. Oh, nice. It's not just a big blob. It's instead wings of 3. That's what they're running. I like that a lot. I've talked to a friend of mine, Rory, who I think might be streaming from the depths right now. I didn't check, but he's had some ideas about running little wolf packs of frigates like this, and I quite like it. I think there's a lot of potential in doing that, but I've yet to practice it too much myself. See, we've got another wolf pack working over here. Me moving towards the C point now. All right, A is there, so we are in weapons range of the A point here, so we're just going to set up on this rock for the moment. Actually, we'll set up over here because we want to tuck on the outside and then watch it from, like, down here-ish where that trench is. Uh-oh. Here's the initial investment. Okay, cool. Fire the drumstick missiles. Let's go and break you off. Okay, rocket containers. That's going to be fun. We're going to pop chaff here and just quickly evade. Yeah, Torp's out in the water. Gonna fire a spin monker as well, trying to support these missiles here. Need to absolutely make sure that this thing gets whacked. There we are. Chaff. Ah, I might have messed up. Yep, I messed up. Ouch. Okay. Well, blonk. Blonk. Yeah, rocket containers are a little hard to deal with because the second that they see you, they will go smack. That said, this thing is in fact dead, so we have managed to neutralize the cap here at the very least. There we are.
Send your traffic.
All right. As for you, hi there. Mind that friendly fire. Goddamn. All right. Let's take a look. Barista, where are you? No, Apron, where are you? There you are. You are a problem. Lock on and fire.
They've got us dialed in.
Okay, you need to evade here and just fire torpedoes out quickly. Going to fire a fly swatter as well. As a full wing of enemy ships, which we do not want to be tangoing with. You need to move up a little bit more, and you need to be doing the same.
Understood.
All right, Americano, you are approved for weapons fire, so just fire all of your stuff. If you wouldn't mind. Yep, let's see. These have gun and rocket, so that's a nice little mixed combo there. We're going to just dive off the point here for the moment, trying to hit the enemy as best we can. You're approved for drumstick fire and spin bonkers as well. Lock and load. See if we can't get them here or not. Oop. Okay, they are firing on us, so we need to quickly dive and try and change our position. Ah! Adjusting our course here as best as I can, keeping ourselves in arc. There we go. That one is in fact dead. Okay, Apron, are you approved for fire? You are. Fire on this one. You are weapons cleared. Zap, zap. Okay, Americano is holding on here. This one is toasted as well. There we go. Very nice, very nice. And that is a cleanup on Isle Me. Woohoo! All right, so we've managed to secure that point. We have got one contact up high, so we're going to deal with that as soon as we can. As for the barista, you are good to...
There's been a launch.
We've got some other issues going around. Okay, are you quite dead yet? You should be dead. I think. Yes. Okay. Apron, you are good to cease fire. Thank you. Signal you as killed. All right, now we are just going to hold. So we're going to set the beam to fire on the point like so, and then we are just not going to go anywhere because we had done our job. All right, now we are going to be looking around for what the enemy is about to do next. Ah! Okay, phew, we got lucky. Our chaff had deployed earlier. So yeah, the annoying thing about rocket containers is their axe seeker. Like basically the second that it locks onto a track, it jumps those. So if your ship like is not in the exact right position, you can end up eating a lot of rocket very quickly. There's been a launch. Here, there's quite a few things going on. Okay, we got Anacello there. Uh-oh, that might be a rocket container. Nope, that's just a scouting thunderhead. Okay, that is fine. Our point defense is still active, so we should be able to shoot that thing down, no problem. Assuming that it does in fact lock onto us. Nope, never mind. There we go. We are good. All right. We're going to check and see if we can't get a target fix on you. We're going to prioritize that. See, they've got a bulk freighter set up there. They're going towards the B point with their beams, confident in their push. I like it. All right, Sugar, if you would be so kind as to give me some info. All right, so their scouting confirmed what they thought, which is that there's going to be a big old rocket strike. So we're actually going to be moving off the point here. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to pop like multiple instances of chaff. And there we go. We're going to be moving backwards. Expectation that they should... Yeah, those should be going down towards us for like a simultaneous strike. Gotta keep popping chaff here as we get ourselves off the point. It's important to try and waste all the enemy's containers that we can. You see a whole bunch of them going off there. Come on, you should see tracks. There you are. You see all of those now getting wasted and whiffing. Excellent.
On the way, Commander.
Oh, they're actually firing. That's hilarious. They fired their guns on our chaff track. Let's go. Right. We're going to see how much of that we can maintain. So tuck ourselves
Aye, aye.
back
Proceed.
down over here. Those rocket containers will not be in arc, I don't believe. Nope, they ran out of fuel. Excellent. Adjust our beam position ever so slightly here. You can see the
Yeah, we
escape
see
pods getting stuck on the rock over here, so we're just going to mark
Traffic.
this as killed. We can actually visually see it is an escape pod. Going to move you
Aye,
back
aye.
onto the
Full
point.
power.
The cream has been detected. That is less than stellar.
Aye, aye,
Time to get out of here.
We're moving.
All right, that is a tugboat. So, do we have anything in
Traffic.
position to hit that? The latte is not
How could
quite
you like
in
this,
arc,
Commander?
but
Aye, aye,
we should be
Commander.
able to hit
We're
that
moving.
in a second either way. Or do we see their container liner? That's in a cello. Okay. We're going to fire roughly on the location of that thing. Yes.
Aye, aye. Full
All right.
power.
The barista is still overwatching the point here relatively well. We're just going to keep it in cover for the moment. There's some stuff trying to go off over there. Okay, what
ahead,
are
Command.
you guys? You are ARAD Act. I can seduce that. That's fine.
On the way, Commander.
Actually, I can just shoot those down. Unless those have chaff, which could be bad. So, yeah. They're going to see me here, but
On the way,
provided
Commander.
that we have good radar coverage,
locked on
we're going
us.
to turn off your radars, actually, here.
We are securing
All right,
zone
all right, yep.
Got you,
And
5
then
by
you're going to
5.
pop some more chaff.
Aye,
Oh, yep,
aye.
whole bunch
Full
of cluster
astern to
decoys.
stop.
Very
On the
cool,
way,
very
Commander.
cool. Pop more
Aye, aye.
chaff just to make sure we mess up their seekers.
Spiker on the scope.
And this should be fine, I think.
Aye, aye.
Chaff pop, come on.
Count.
Get fooled, get fooled, get fooled. Bop, 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 bop.
Roger that.
Uh-oh. We got it. Woo!
Copy
All right,
that.
once again, point defense working as intended.
Standing
All
by.
right, you are... So our goal here is we're going to set an ambush.
We
Aye,
are
aye.
securing zone
We're going to keep
boxer.
our radars on. That way we see that there's an Acello over here. I'm worried that this thing might take me out, but at the same
Aye,
time,
under
by
attack.
keeping
Tower.
the apron in reserve at this
Spiker on
position,
scope.
Proceed.
we are able to hold this point here fairly well. Do this now, like so. All right, let's check up top. The Americano
Got you, 5
is
by
locked
5.
on. The latte is here and is seen by something, but
Aye, aye.
Okay.
Full power.
probably the Acello seeing us. Uh-oh. That's interesting. Hi
Aye,
there. Yeah, turn off your radar, please.
We have secured
Send
zone
Chaff
traffic.
times. Boop, boop. Should go after the chaff, I hope. Otherwise, this is going to be a very
Copy
short
that.
trip.
Moving.
Oh, dear. Yep, I think they
Missile
might...
reserves are
Nope.
low.
Wop, wop.
All
Dang.
hands
All right, I
abandon
could have popped
ship.
chaff earlier and kept the radar off, but unfortunately I was
ready,
not
Commander.
responding in time, so we do lose an asset there. See, that is getting closer.
Moving out.
Once again now, we are ready and in position. As soon as that Acello gets onto the point, it is going to have a certifiably bad time.
Got you 5 by 5.
We're just going to have you essentially acting as bait
On the
and moving
way,
off
Commander.
here.
Secured zone boxer.
How can we
Alright.
help today?
Latte is
Commander?
going to be number 1,
How can we help
Americano,
today,
you're number
Commander?
2, Barista, you're number 3, and actually, Apron is going to be number 3, Barista will be number 4. There we go. And then the Sugar can be
Standing
number
by.
5. Sugar is our little scouting ship, kind of
Moving
keeping
out.
our situational awareness up here. They should not know that this thing is anywhere in their back line. At least I hope they don't.
Go ahead, Commander.
We are taking some hits here, but that should be fine. I'm not bothering shooting missiles at this, even though I have some. I just know that they would be soft killed because Acellos are very good at doing that. We're just trying to bait this thing in, and like they know there's a beam over here because it cooked one of their shuttles.
At the ready.
But with any luck, they will not have the stuff they need. What is that? Huh. A size 1. Okay. Is that it? I don't know why they're shooting size 1s at me. That looked like it's an AMM. Okay, interesting.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Whatever.
We're moving.
Well, there's their container liner at the very least, so that gives
Go
us
ahead,
a
Command.
opportunity. Yeah.
Moving out.
Okay, you are going to be marked as this, and then we're going to do an attack marker here. And we're going to make sure this guy has a very, very bad day, because they have been giving us some problems. Yes. All right, looks like, yeah, over here, beam destroyer, I keep saying beam destroyer. Yeah, the beam cruisers, they're doing their job. They've got their little escort wolfpack wing. They're withering the storm and pushing up on these things. Yeah, this thing not under
Go ahead,
command, looking
Command.
good here. All right, tell you what, buddy, you're in for a
Missile
bad
out.
time because you've been throwing missiles at me.
Aye, aye,
We're
Commander.
going to just
We're
fire
moving.
on that with some
That's
fishtails.
nothing.
All right, this thing is getting closer, getting closer, getting closer. You can see it's already taking quite a few hits in the side. Very nice to see. Ooh, yeah. Magical girl missiles. Let's go. Ooh, wow. Wham, wham, wham.
We're running out of missiles, Commander.
Good smack. All right. Looks like there's a whole bunch of stuff going off on this side. Yeah, they're just all the point defense in the world lighting up here as they are trying to fire rockets and decoys and stuff. And just, look at these Axfords go. Look at that sim speed drop. I think that they should be good here and able to wither most of this. Let's find out. 1 or 2 might get through. Okay, so 1 or 2 containers do get through, but that's an expensive as hell salvo. So I'm pretty happy with how that one went. We should have... Yep, our launch is good here. We've got some more missiles out on target. Okay, where is the apron?
Hear you.
You are good to fire on target here. We're going to wait until they get onto the point proper, because once we get within 4 kilometers, then they are dead.
Course laid in.
But that said, I think that, yep, they're going to be drifting onto point, so there's nothing they can do. We are approved for fire, so you're going to lock and shoot.
Yeah, we'll
Thank
see
you
that.
very much. And then if they do get the cap, we have the Americano in position to retake. So, quite happy with how this is playing out. We saw a whole bunch of missiles that, oh, wow, that thing has, okay, it's only got 2 banks on it. Interesting they went for the small bank. You should go with the large banks here because they cost the exact same, but you just get more capacity. So, yeah. Seeing all those missiles hitting into the backside of this thing as it just takes a stupid amount of damage. Surprise is not quite dead yet, honestly. Like, these usually don't have that much in terms of damage control. Maybe we haven't knocked out the big drive yet. That could be.
The enemy
Send
is
traffic.
securing zone
Anyways, beams are good. We're just going to move closer onto the point because we need to get within 4 kilometers to break this thing's damage thresholds. Just zapping away at it, it should have no more guns. We're going to turn off flank thrusters and just keep our beam fixed here like so.
Send
We have
traffic.
all the time in the world to take this thing out because it is not
traffic.
like super essential for us to kill it
Course
before
laid
it
in.
caps. We can always recap and we are
Reporting.
winning decisively. So
We're ready when you are,
I'm quite happy with how this game is going.
Got you 5 by
Oh,
5.
we see that there is something in our backfield. All right, let's see. What do we have to counter that?
Commands on the line.
I believe the barista can move down and engage that. You are approved for combat. There we are. Let's see, what do we have over here? Bulk freighters just trying to hide a bunch of their thunderheads here, just going off into either a chaff cloud or into the flak cloud. Very nice, very nice. Let's take a look over at the apron once again as it finishes cooking this Ocello. You can see its guns have been knocked out, and we're just waiting to break the damage thresholds now.
Standing
Going
by.
to be moving our way upwards like this.
Aye, aye.
And have the Americano go out to the point in case that container liner is
On
still
the way,
alive and decides it
Commander.
wants to throw a brick at us, which, as we can see right now, it is. Rather annoying that. All right.
Gotcha, 5
You know
by
what?
5.
I believe that you deserve to be
Aye,
dived.
aye, Commander.
We're going to go hit this thing with torpedoes. Ooh, look at that. A whole bunch of rockets for their trouble. Going after... Yes. All right. Well, those are all just kind of getting shot down by the mixture of point defense they have here. Looks like stone walls, I think. Stone walls, a defender in the belly. Yeah, that's no sweat. They should be able to get that one, but just in case, I'm going to send the destroyer down.
Send traffic.
All right, let's see. That is a unknown
Reporting.
clipper of some sort. All right. Just going to keep firing the beam into this thing every time it cools down. Zap, zap, zapping away. Yeah.
Send your traffic.
Anyways, the latte is going on target now.
ahead,
I don't believe that they have any radars left, so this should be a fun dive.
Copy that.
Let's see. That is a clipper over there that could be a problem.
We hear you,
All right, since it
Command.
looks like Delta is secured, that thing will just get cleaned up by one of my ships. It's fine.
Send traffic.
Gotcha,
Americano
5 by 5.
does... Ooh, it does still have fishtails.
We are
Excellent.
contesting zone Atlas.
Copy
All right,
that.
well, we're holding the A point, so you know what? We're just going to flick the battle short on and cook this thing down.
We are securing zone Atlas.
Yep. Good night.
Send your
Tap, tap.
traffic.
Just cooking away at this thing.
Send traffic.
We should be breaking its last components any second now.
traffic.
You just want to keep your beam turret repaired,
Standing
please, and
by.
thank you. As for you, there is a shuttle over there that is being a nuisance, so we'll have to deal
Copy
with that in a
that.
second.
Moving.
We are just holding the trigger down here, honestly. Yeah, it should be good.
Reporting.
Just fire until the beam gives out, basically. There we are. Yep. Come on. There you are. Thank you. Killed and battle short off.
Affirmative.
All right, ceasefire. You have done your job. That's how you cook the Ocello. Oh, hey, Crimson, sick paper hat. Yes, thank you for noticing. I'm sorry, I just looked over at chat right now. Yeah,
Aye,
got
aye.
my little paper hat on, and I'm feeling
Zone
good.
Atlas.
All right, this guy's probably going to be going up there, so we'll just be moving
the
like
way,
so.
Commander.
Put out the fire in the nose of our beam
the way,
destroyer.
on the way,
The Americano is good. The latte has been detected by some remnants of their ships, but I believe that we are in range. Torps out
Missile
in the
out.
water. Let's go get them. I don't believe that they have
Aye,
any point
Commander.
defense, and they are going to be in for a very bad time. We're going to do a trick here where we give an orbit command around them.
On the way, Commander.
Anyways, you are good for lock on target and fire
Missile
here.
reserves are low.
And as for the
Go
latte,
ahead,
which
Commander.
is going for the dive, yep, you're fine there. We'll just throw a fishtail into you. This point can be
Yes,
resecured
Commander.
fairly easily. We have fleets moving back now to counter that, so no sweat, no biggie. Let's take a look. Will the container liner survive as we give it a nice little torping? Plonk. Well, there goes one bank, although that's the empty one. This other bank still has some stuff in it, so let's see if this one knocks it or not. Plonk. That should be roughly where the drives and stuff are. Clonk. There's a knockout, hopefully on their container bank. Yep, you can see the smoke coming out of it now. Do we have one more? I thought we had one more. Oh well.
Send your traffic.
We're just gonna run circles around them now just to be a jerk. Do this thing, just kind of trying to hang out here.
Go ahead, Command.
Anyways, are you still alive? You are. That's rather annoying. You don't have any defenses, though, so this is going to end very badly for you in, like, 2 seconds.
Eyes on target.
3, 2, 1. Screw it. Battle short. Blurb.
Send
There we
your
go.
traffic.
That should be that.
Send traffic.
I'm pretty sure I heard alarms as soon as I contacted this thing. Yep, there's the magic smoke cloud, so we're going to mark you as killed. There we are. And then,
Aye,
yep,
aye, Commander.
you're just
We're
going to be
moving.
chilling nearby.
Send
As for you,
traffic.
you're going to go and actually kill that thing proper. It's a good day to be the cap
We are
boy.
securing Zone Dagger.
Force raid in.
As for you, you can just kind of go up over this way, check on a few things here. That ship is royally toasted, so that is good. Yep, it is in fact dead. There we are.
Eyes on target.
They have thrown in the towel, declared it GG. We have fought well, and yeah. Oop. Was that the Acello? No, it was not. The Acello is still there. I guess that was one of the shuttles? Question mark? Huh. Yeah, I guess that was one of the shuttles. All right, well, there we go then. Alrighty,
Go ahead,
as for
Command.
you, Mr. Latte, if you would be orbiting you, please.
Aye,
They
aye,
should be
Commander.
all throwing in the towel right now, but I think their container liner's still in it. Oh, they have just surrendered, so there we go. Oh, GG. Right, and that is how you, again, coffee shop. We see a little bit of performance from the Wolfpack fleet here. Mostly was just on cleanup duty for these smaller targets. Bones given a nice little missile salvo here. What did they have? Yeah, just like almost 17. I'm just going to call that 17,000 damage there with the Magical Girl missiles. Interesting they use Wake secondary. I'm not sure why that would be. I mean, EO is pretty good, but I don't really know why you use Wake secondary. Maybe it's just if the EO Seeker gets dazzled or something, this could still technically work, and that might guide you towards the back end of a ship. Either way, nice to see that doing numbers. Ooh, the Apron pulling almost 11,000 damage. Yeah, just flick Battle Short on the beam and then let it cook people. We see our other ships doing a little bit of stuff there. The Cream and Cappuccino got knocked out pretty early on. Cappuccino was able to fire off 2 torpedoes onto the cap ship there, although it got rocketed. See our Axfords here with the beam turrets doing a respectable amount of damage there, although... Take a look at their side. Yep, their container liner did a sizable chunk of damage on certain stuff. Got some basic containers here with ARAD Act, although these shed a whole bunch of decoys, if I remember right. And then just a whole bunch of Piranha rocket containers, though we see that they only expended about a third of their arsenal. So containers, again, pulling big numbers, but not getting the win in this case, so... Yeah. What else do they have? Mass drivers, all right, and an Acello with 450, which I believe... Yeah, they surrendered. They were in the back line. It was... Oh, where was it? Here it is. Yes, the Tough Park was the one that we cooked out. You can see we just gutted everything except for the drive there, which we don't technically have the ability to knock out because it's a very high damage threshold. Yeah. I am pretty happy with how that went. We controlled the points that we wanted to, and we may have lost 1 or 2 ships, but still very effective overall. All right. All right, chat. So here's the deal. Now, we're about halfway to our next ad break, and I don't want to run another intermission between games right now. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of Theorycraft fleet building stuff, because I want to try and do some silliness. You see there's still some matches up, so, I mean, hey, there's going to be people on for most of the evening. Let's just load up and try and think of something silly for OSP side, because I had a cheese fleet called the 60 S2 Sins, and we'll explain it now. So, this is a missile brick. It is a monitor that has 5 MLS2s. Looks basically like this. You just see it's got this funny little mouth on the front. Kind of makes it look like it's doing a face, like... Not sure if you can really see the mouse shape, but I don't know. It just... This is one edited panel from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure where Dio's mouth is like stupid high up. It kind of reminds you of this, like across the front. Anyways, this is a wonderful Yub-Nub platform. That said, the missiles in this, if I remember right, yeah, these are just basic Thunderheads. We did this because I thought, hey, you know what? What if I just, like, throw 320 missiles at someone? What happens then? They've also got a Zoop missile, which is just there as a technicality. This is so that they count as armed even when I've run out of missiles. I don't actually remember why I have 321 of them. Hang on a sec. 107, 107, 107. Oh, I guess that's why. Because 107 times 3 is 321. Oh, there we go. So this is just meant to try and exhaust the enemies like chaff and other assets and stuff. I don't think that this is the best way of doing a super size 2 fleet, even though it is quite funny to throw like so many size 2s at people. It also has support assets. You can see this one costs slightly more because it is including a intel center, meaning that even if we are going to be a silly little catboy throwing bricks and torpedoes at people, well, I guess actually we're not throwing bricks or torpedoes at all. It's just little miniature pipe bombs, the size 2 thunderheads. So even if we're being silly, we're still providing a bit of resource to our team with the intelligence and the scouting missiles. This lets our team get good awareness. So I would run this thing if I'm confident that my team has the caps and the frontline game covered. Typically, you'll see per side like 1 cap fleet, 2 frontline fleets, and then you'll get what's... I've just been calling it a flex pick. So you want enough stuff that you can hold the enemy's advance and just kind of slug it out with a gunfight. We'll have like a nice little 10 to 20 minute exchange of fire, and that works pretty well. Cap fleet is there to make sure that the control points are managed, and then you can just have your final fleets as kind of your flex pick. So if you're typically seeing 4v4 or 5v5 in Nebulous, in the 5v5 scenario, you might get, say, a 3rd frontline fleet, or you might get another flex pick. You get a little more options there since you've got kind of the basis covered that you're then able to platform off of. So that said, this is definitely a kind of a flex pick, as it's just the, I don't know what I really want to do, I'm just going to make it a whatever thing. So yeah. I have a alternative version of this on the ANS side, which is under my YUB category. I don't really know how I organize my files. I'm just like, okay, these are going to be like by hull type, and then these are going to be yub, nub, and cheese. And honestly, these could probably be the same file. So we had, where is it? Shampoo 2. Yes, shampoo for size 2. So the lather, rinse, and repeat here, as we see. We take a look. We've got these things called Gales. These are not actually Gales. I did this because Gale is one of the starter default missiles. Take a look here. Yeah. It is looking like this. Semi-active seeker, direct guidance, painted yellow. Very nice, very nice. That said, we're just going to remove this. Make sure that I'm selecting the right one here. We're going to remove that Gale from the fleet because we don't want it. We copied the numbers. I didn't copy the paint code because honestly, I just forgot. I should probably do that, but I don't think people are looking too closely at the paint, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, they might be, but it just says, you know, same number as Gale, so they assume it's the default one. They're assuming it's a semi-active homing, which means I've got an illuminator. No. Instead, this is just basically a supersized Thunderhead. It's more expensive, but it's got a wake validator, and these ones have a ARAD seeker, so this means that we're able to rather effectively whack people. Now, what I was trying to think of was basically taking this concept and putting it onto the OSP side. So if we just discard changes there, since we don't need to save that, we can go over to, say, our cheese fleets with our 60 S2 sins and go about organizing something like that. So we need to basically take our current Thunderheads here, which are, yeah, they're acceptable, but they could be better. We'll give them a terminal maneuver, because that will mess with the enemy's targeting and stuff. Give them a Wake Seeker, because that keeps it in keeping with the kind of basic one. Set this to Validate mode. As we can see now, it costs 8.5 points. We could increase the warhead size, then dump some other stuff like maneuverability and such, but that does keep us rather limited in terms of range. 20 kilometers feels pretty good for this. Turn rate 2.8. That makes us fairly maneuverable, weaving back and forth. Top speed is respectable enough. You don't need the highest top speed, but it does mean that it lowers the amount of time between like your launches and actually hitting the enemy, so that can matter if you're trying to target a small ship. You might need to lead a little bit more otherwise, because travel time. I think we'll just take these and duplicate them. We'll just call this Thunderhead again. I don't know why it goes to block 4. We just go to Thunderhead space. That already exists. Okay, let's just... What are these named, actually? These are just named regular Thunderhead. Okay, so what if I... Do I not... 206 Thunderhead. Okay. Already named to take by another template. That's odd, because I don't remember having another template named Thunderhead space. Maybe it's this one. Thunderhead 2s. I like to just kind of keep the naming convention here because it can fool some people and they think they know exactly what it is, but we'll just call it Thunderhead Space, or Thunderhead Space. There we are. Perfect. Nobody is the wiser. We'll give these ones the ARAD act we had before. There we are. This will go after radar signals first and foremost, and then these will chase after, well, it's just kind of a backup seeker there because the enemy can turn off their radar. 10 points per missile. We can just then adjust the cost as needed for the fleet. Just get rid of a bunch of these. Let's go with, like, say, we'll do 40 of you, and then, like, we'll do 60 of the other ones. I think that'll work, right? We might have to adjust our cost. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to split my launchers, so I'm going to have some of them loaded up with the Act Wakes, and some of them are going to be loaded up with the Thunderheads. I'm going to get rid of the Zoop missile there and just put it at the bottom, so that way I've got this right. Now, I want to make sure that I maintain that kind of like 2 to 3 ratio, although, as we can see here, is now quite overpriced. So we're going to drop this down to, let's go with like, ooh, I'm struggling with math all of a sudden. Well, let's just have it for right now. We'll go with like 20 and then 30 and see how that prices out. Okay, so we can increase a few more. So we'll do like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, getting a little closer, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's pretty close. And that is, of course, not taking into account the fact that we have the Intel Center in this. So we may have to adjust that accordingly across the rest of our fleet. These were just set up to maximum before. So 24, that gives us, with 2 launchers, that'll give us like 3 salvos. And then with 3 launchers, let's just try setting this as like 24 view, get rid of the zoop, and just do this. There we go, 36 on you, and then we'll add another zoop. We can add some more to these if we desire. I could probably duplicate the ships and save a little bit of time here, but I already have these information. I don't want to reset that. So yeah, you can see we are down by quite a few points here, so we can afford to invest a little bit more. So we're going to go 4 into you, and then that should be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go, 28 and 42. See if that works. I could probably math this out, but I don't care to, so we're just going to trial and error. Oop, you can see we're almost to the max there, so we'll just try and adjust U's right. That doesn't quite look right. Why does that not look right? 39, right, because we'd be just over in that case. All right. Oh, that'll be fine then either way. Yeah, we can have like a couple of spares, I guess. I want to equalize this so it looks nice. Like 39 to like 26 or something. It puts us actually pretty far down. So we'll just go with like you and then you and then you. There we go. Then you know what? Let's just add 28 because I can do a couple act wakes just as like little extra stuff. Yeah. Bop, bop, and bop. Okay, so we're missing a little bit there. Just need to save 3 points, which means that I could probably take off the zoop from one of y'all. Although I do want it to be there. Tough call. Well, actually, hang on. We can just take out a Thunderhead and give you another Thunderhead. There we go. That should save us 1 point exactly. All right, so there we go. That should still give us a pretty decent missile mix ratio. Because if we get our 2 to 3, I'm gonna make a new group here and call it, we'll call these Wake Seeker. This can be, oh, actually we don't want it to be that one. We'll make the Wake Seeker ones on the sides. I think that'll work best. Yeah, you can be Wake Seeker and you can be Wake Seeker. And then we'll give you Arad Seeker as your title. There we are. Ba-ba and ba-ba. Nope, not that. There we are. All right, so live fleet editing. I know this is the content y'all here for, but here's some of the thinkings we're doing. So we're going to try and fire like a group of 3 and then a group of 2. Ideally, when we fire all of these things and we've set our ammo type right, it should launch all of them in the correct order. Just need to set these up as well here. Should probably have just, you know, honestly cloned this one, but whatever. All right, and then you can be Wake Seeker. There we go. Bop, bop, bop. As you look on the insides of the ship, there's not really much to talk about here. There's a basic CIC. If I'm getting shot at these things, I'm doing it wrong, so really. Yeah, Intel Center, Rapid, Birthing, all the things you would expect. We'll take this thing to testing at range to make sure that it does actually work before we dive into another match. So, call you the Wake Seeker. And you can be the Wake Seeker as well. All right, let us save this as, call it under, you know, I guess we haven't actually made a Yub category here, so let's do that. We'll call this Yub. It's probably going to be a bunch of container liners at the end of the day, but we'll call this, we'll call this Super Size 2. There, because it's a bunch of size 2s and we have a whole bunch of them. Yeah. We'll send it to the testing range against, let's go for like an ANS fleet. What would we expect to fight against? We have a fleet of Axfords here. Let's try these. See how they handle. To make sure that I get these things set up correctly, because otherwise I'm going to be wasting a whole bunch of missiles, and that would be rather foolish. So, Matumor Downey. Random name generator sometimes has me scratching my head, but either way, we'll just set these into position here. The Breeze Sound. Cheesy. All right, we're going to set time dash scale. Where is it? Time scale. We're going to set each to 10. There we go. That way, everything moves really quickly, really fast. It can set up in position. We'll just hit escape to
Awaiting
set us back
your
to normal.
orders, Commander.
All right, so here's how we're going to do this. You have the ARADs and you have the Wakes. So we need to make sure that you are selected on the right type, which should be the latter. So we'll have you select this. Okay, we're going to set weapon control to hold. Formation can just be loose. Okay, you're going to fire a whole bunch of these here.
Firing
Okay, that should
missiles.
load the right type. All right, ceasefire.
What
And then
are
if we check
orders,
these, right?
Commander?
Yep, these are set up and these are set up. I might give these different names just so I'm sure which ones are which. I
Send
just have to
traffic.
set this up as well for you, making sure the ARAD Seekers are loaded onto those Thunderheads. There we
Solution
are.
locked in.
As you see here, now they have loaded the correct type. And then over here, we are going to have you do exactly the same thing.
Preparing to launch.
All right. Now that we have
Awaiting
set
your
our
orders,
groups,
Commander.
we're going to try firing a salvo here. I think this will work.
Missiles
see?
away.
Yep, we're firing both groups. Alright, and
Commands
fire.
on the line.
Whoosh, whoosh. Okay, so we see some missiles coming out here now. Very nice, very nice. All right.
We hear you, Command.
Command, be advised, we're taking fire.
Okay, so we see 4 missiles from each coming out. Excellent.
Yes,
We're going to order a reload there, just real quick. See that some of these are ARAD Act, some of these are Act Wake, doing that nice little mixed volley we were talking about. So missile mixing, even though you can't really do it with MLS by default, if you have a bunch of MLS, you can actually make this happen. As we see, some of those do actually end up connecting.
Awaiting your orders.
We'll just do our timescale command here again to speed up our reload process. There we go. Now we are ready, so we're going to just have it fire. I believe our salvo size is 20, so we'll do just that and launch. Boop, 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 boop.
Quiet. Commands on the line.
Yep, that should be the whole missiles dumped out that you can see it going out the nose and then adjusting
Hear you,
accordingly.
Command.
You're still firing missiles, which I don't think I need to, so we're going to cease fire on those. Still not quite sure how to set the missile command thing right, but you see they pop chaff, they have active decoys and all this stuff. You know, in a real game scenario, they would probably be turning off their radars and also trying to deal with this. But hey, big missile strike going out here. A bunch of them are going after the chaff cloud, but a bunch of them also hitting target true. So that's quite nice. All right, we have confirmed this does actually work. So is it a little bit awkward? Yeah, but it works. All right, let's return to the editor then. I think the important thing is for us to make sure that we know which missile type is which. So we're going to probably change the name around. I do like calling them both Thunderhead, although maybe I should change the number then, just so I'm sure which one is which. But once I've set the initial combo, it should be okay. I think it's more important that I know which type is which, because unfortunately the MLS did not show us what the Seeker combo was, but for something like a VLS it will. So we're going to call these a Thunderhead W. These are going to be a Thunderhead A. Which means we don't need to have the double space there anymore. All right, so that looks like it should work. This was stolen from the blueprint of the actual Thunderhead, so we don't have to worry about anything there. Yeah. All right. I feel pretty happy with this fleet. We're going to go try this out and probably throw a game. But with that said, 60 minutes to our next break. We're going to take a 3-minute ad break here and then see if we can't get ourselves into a multiplayer lobby. Ooh, Switchback is doing a big 10v10. That's nice to see. All right, Killboard, that's basically going to happen. I don't really want to play Pillars, I'll be honest. I'll look for a different map, but if it comes down to Pillars, it comes down to Pillars. Anyways, we're going to take a 3-minute break here. We'll be right back, so don't go anywhere, chat. See you in 3. Alright, chat. We are back on our Neko nonsense. Let's take a look and see who's in the servers. Ooh, big match going on Salar. Let's see what's in here. Looks like it is already full, but no. It's gonna be kind of fun. I'm gonna ask and see if I can't cast this one, because this could be kind of interesting. We could do a little bit of commentary instead of our usual thing of just kind of playing. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, we saw Secure Fritz for a brief second there, but looks like they had to dip out. Maybe a 7v7. I don't think there's any maps that support 7v7, but that is kind of interesting. There was the 10v10 map that had some people on it, or I suppose 10v10 server. I don't believe there's any actual like design for 10v10 games. Would be kind of interesting to see. I did cast a 10v10 before that was quite a lot of fun. I still remember that match on Canyon because it was, one, incredibly slow, but there was also a hilariously good Torpcello that absolutely carried people through it, so respect to that thing. Just, Torpcellos are mad when they like get going. We're just going to see when the team's already up, what kind of fleets we will see being brought here and what they'll bring to bear. Oh, hey, there's Secura. Hello. Alright, seeing some familiar faces. Neb's a pretty small community, so it's nice to see people kind of being friendly, brushing elbows and that. Yeah. Cracking the old catboy neck here. Yeah. Alright, I believe they're just probably finalizing comp. We can't see team chats, of course, because we are Team 3, the spectator faction in that, but still, we can get a sense of kind of what they're doing. Looks like they're readying up now. Again, no idea what their fleets could be since it's all asterisked out, but sometimes you can get a sense, like, if you see something like this on ANS with the 2 dots, you might think this is, like, Task Force something, like one of the starter fleets. To tell you the truth, I don't actually remember if it is a starter fleet or not. It could be, like, TF and then 6 characters, so we'll have to do our crossword puzzle and figure out what that could be. I'm pretty happy to cast a 5v5. We see just everyone popping in. It's like, huh, wow, there's like 12 players in a lobby. Actually, there's up to 14 now. Huh. Everyone's poking their head and wondering, hey, what's going on in here? It's literally just like everyone hopping in and being like, huh, there's a match going on. I wonder if there's going to be an interesting thing. Everyone ready? They are offering a 10v10. We could do a 10v10, which could be kind of fun, but... Could be fun. I don't know how it might go, but like, all right. 5v5. All right, we're doing 10v10. Let's do it. We're hopping over to the server. Where is it? Switchbacks. There we go. Switchbacks 10v10. So, I might end up just actually playing in this one. It's going to be Large Canyon by the looks of it. So remember what I was saying? We had good 10v10 on Canyon. Let's see if we can't be silly for it. We will, of course, shuffle up teams and get people in respective angles. Might not end up actually casting this time. Not sure what fleet to really pick yet, but NS gonna be Team 1, OSP gonna be Team 2. Once people see a 10v10 filling up like this, I mean, we've got, what's it, like 7 players on here. I think there's, what's that, like, 8 players there, so... Oh, yeah, you can also just check the number there. There I am being blind. Yeah, I mean, we've got 16 players going already, so we'll be able to think of something. That's a gold stack right there. Oh, yeah. My computer is going to turn into a space heater during this match, so... 8 versus 8 could do well, although now we're getting a 9 there. Station capture, not on your life. I did kind of want to try my Super Size 2 build. I'm not sure how well it would work, given that there's going to be, 10 fleets worth of stuff, but it could go. I'm going to vote no to that one, because station capture ends up getting cheesed quite often. I think it's an interesting concept of a map, but I think there needs to be more than just, I think an attack and defense mode would be kind of cool. Like, one team is dedicated attackers, one team is dedicated defenders. Definitely do want more cap here. But if you just had it instead of a single capture point, if it was like you had 3 captures, like maybe 2 of them forwards on a map, and then the third one is like your home base, and then you can have like sort of a split off fight rather than just everyone super death camping trying to like zerg onto the single point. Oh boy, this is gonna be a interesting match. I remember streaming the last one in spectator mode. I didn't have to deal with like first person stuff, so this will definitely be a time. I might not want to do the missile build here that I was planning, but I could also, because I mean, throwing a bunch of size 2 missiles at somebody could be funny. I'm just going to reveal the silliness that we're bringing. Secura's got, what have they got? A bunch of multi-mission tugs, and then just, dude, This is probably going to be gun shuttle wings. Ooh, nice little mine shuttle. All right. Yeah, I really like running gun shuttle combos. They got like a Bellbird, a Pinpoint. These are like just T20s. T20, Bellbird, T20, Bellbird, T20, and then this one's got a mine and a Pavise. So yeah, I think that's like 3 pairs. I want to say, yeah, you can do like a nice little combo there, which like one gets the VLS, the other one gets a Pinpoint radar and stuff, and that just lets you skirmish very well because you've got 3 T20 turrets pointed at somebody. Yeah, I am streaming this on Twitch to people there, so hey, silliness will happen. Do I want to try the supersize too? I mean, we did just make it, and we did say we wanted to missile people. It's Canyon, so we got 14 kilometers of silliness to do. I think we should go for it. Yes, bring 8 more. Yes, double container liner. That won't work, so we need more container liner. Missiles, yes, indeed. Like, oh, we're just bringing more stuff in now as it turns into 11 and 12. Oh no, how big can we go? I want to actually know what was the largest Neb match we got at one point, because I don't know what the actual record was. Like, we've done 10v10s before, and they are incredibly laggy, but... no 3 missiles. I mean, alright, well... I think that we can probably swap to something a little more reasonable. I do like running my 250 plasma broadsiders, so we might go with that instead. That said, like, I mean... throwing all these size 2s at someone could be fun. I am very tempted, but we also have... Because, like, you gotta think, right? If you have, like, 1 container liner in, say, a 5v5, that's fine. So if you have 2 container liners in a 10v10, that's probably also fine. Alright, we'll go over for, like, our broadside and plasma, just because I think it'll be a little simpler to Daka, and we don't want to slow down too many people with a whole bunch of missile spam. So we'll just ready up with that. Oop, we got 11 people, and they've got 10, so... Yeah, they've got 11, we've got 11. That's fair. Hang on. 11 versus 11. Yeah, this is perfectly fine. I still like how we just got this, like, big gold health stack here. All right. Chat, if this lags to shit, I'm sorry. This is going to be a mess of a fight. Let's do this. If Nebulous nonsense be something you wish. Oh, man. This is going to be horrible. I can already tell you right now. Like, Canyon seems to have a couple performance issues on it sometimes. Like, it's not the worst performing map in the game. Caltrop is really bad for me because of all the particle effects from the snow and stuff. But Canyon's got a lot of ambient fog, so I think that taxes systems. And we're also just, you know, running, like, a 22-player server. Neb is not designed for this, from what I can tell. It's meant for, like, 4v4 and 5v5, and even then sometimes in a 5v5 you get slowed down so when a bunch of missiles go off. So all right, let's do this. So welcome. Oh god, it's already so slow. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. So oh, where do we want to go? Okay, I kind of want a gunfight on like the left side around these rocks, I think. All right, let's set up like over here. Yeah, GFX down, boys. Okay, we're gonna do that. We'll deploy. Where's our settings? Okay, just all the graphics are gonna go very low. Everything down low. Nope. Shadow distance, just minimize that. Yeah. Anisotropic filtering. We're just gonna turn that off. Shadow resolution low. Shadow quality, disable shadows. Yep, that's it. Just every ounce of performance I can squeak out of this game. Okay, that actually took us up. Wow. Oh, damn. We're actually up to like almost 60 FPS. We haven't loaded in yet, but all right, I think we'll just kind of set up like over here. We'll push like this direction because I expect the ANS to kind of come over this rock because that's what I like to do on this map. We'll kind of do a big gunfight for B point. We see our OSP like fleet just deploying in all over here. It's going to look a little weird with shadows off, but I think it should be okay. Yeah. All right. You can see our fleet kind of deploying up top there, going for the F point. Guys going for the C point. We've got some guys going down low for the G. A point is always going to be a mess because you have mass drivers and railguns and everything else overwatching it. So this is going to be one hell of a match. Let's do it. 11 versus 11 Canyon Network. Did I just say Canyon Network? Oh, no, I played too much Mech Warrior. No, Canyon Network haunts me in this game, too. Alright, we're just waiting for Not a Knight and Astra to ready up, so see if they are good or not. I was surprised nobody dropped, actually. Alright, here's our fleet deploying it. Oh, it is a little bit laggy as all the particle effects from the engines are going off here. I see a bunch of pairings over there. Alright, let's see what we can get done. Oh god, it is slowing down. Oh no. We fixed it in the deploy screen, but oh my god, is this chugging. Right, okay, we are in. Okay, well, the FPS is steady. It's not good, but it's steady. Okay, let's try and adjust our headings and stuff. And, oh man, I could just feel the server hamster already screaming in pain and agony. We'll set you guys to loose formation, hold fire and stuff. We'll want to adjust heading and stuff so that we are roughly facing our intended target. Probably just going to push over to here, so we will do just that, like so. That looks like it is a good path, so we'll just set the flank thrusters on, like so. Just try and advance our way forwards. We're going to set up, like we said, on there. That's an unplayable FPS. Tell them to do all this stuff. Like, I am on pretty decent hardware right now. Like, I've got a 3090 and I forget which AMD CPU it is, but like, this is like stuff that's only about a year old or so right now. I am streaming and I have YouTube Studio open, but still, it's like chugging along at like less than 30 FPS. I got an FPS corner indicator y'all can't see. Let me check this. Already done that. Oh no. PC isn't bottom wrong. All right, Macer, I hope if you're watching this, welcome to hardware stress testing. Let's see what happens once we start firing missiles, because we have 2 container liners. Oh god, if they time on target with decoys, that's going to be so bad. Oh no. I remember some of the, like, silly testing people did, like, when the game was kind of, like, just coming out. They're like, hey, so what happens if we just, you know, all bring missile builds and fire everything simultaneously? It was a mess, so let's see if we get that all over again. These guys are probably fine with their positioning, I think. Last player to crash. Yeah, that's how we're gonna test this. Yep. It's like, okay, if you can survive hardware-wise, somebody's gonna overheat and then melt. Oh, there we go. Cosmic's already gone. Oh no, we already lost one. I was just telling him about it. The first of many to fall. Okay, Neil like a seal got him. Cool. Well, at least we inherited the fleet. What do we even have on our team? Let's see. We got container liner, full boxes. Ooh, nice little top load. I like the way this looks. Just very much in line. Got that nice top stack, bottom stack. That's quite pretty. This looks good. I like this cargo ship. I like mine because it's got my face on it too, but you know, I particularly like this design because it keeps the little not antenna, the reactor underneath the front pancake stack that I do here. You can kind of see it indicated there. For some reason, I don't know why this is, but the magical lines that point to like which component and compartment is where, they don't work on OSP. I couldn't tell you why. It works on ANS, but OSP it just doesn't. So yeah, strange. Wait, we're gonna actually set a fire order command with our plasma here. Just set it off like way in the distance. That way our turrets will rotate and get themselves adjusted accordingly. That way they'll be top facing, and I've got an aiming C-53 in the back of this ship here, so it should be able to point at targets that I want dead. Because we're expecting to go with them over top, we're going to set our ships in a line formation, roughly like so. Them a little bit of vertical offset just to keep things fair and balanced. Oop. So you need to adjust you back this way. For
getting information.
Alright, anyways, your turrets should be angled correctly, so you're going to cease fire instead. We'll just have those waiting. Right. It's our goal to get up here as fast as humanly possible, set up on this rock, and then we can position. So we are going to burn the thrusters just a little bit with flank speed. See the initial Corvette rollout here. So, cap game going on. They've got all the time in the world as they are firing off their shots. Notice the sim speed has not dropped at all. There's no sim speed indicator yet. But we see, ooh, an ARAD size one. That's interesting. Nice little counter for like expecting a sprinter with jamming or something. Oop, bump right into it. No sound in this case though, because I think we're... I don't know if the audio is just not playing or what, but also you see the ship is not revealed by size 1 missiles. You have to have size 2 or larger, but still seeing a whole bunch of them go boop in there. Radar has been neutralized now because that ARAD just whiffed.
Awaiting
All right,
your orders.
we're almost to the position we want to be at. Just gonna have you set up like right here-ish now. We can turn off our flank thrusters since I'm confident in our position.
We hear you.
Gonna actually have number 2. You're gonna set up slightly above because my expectation, right, is that if I tell you to move, you're gonna be lagging slightly behind. So that way, if I order them both to move up, then they should crest the rock at the same instance, and then I can like shoot something over on the B point, which they're just capping now.
Quiet. Commands on the line.
All right, we've gotten here very quickly. I think that I just want to set up this corner.
We'll
Ideally.
clear before you
I am a little worried about them coming around the corner with beams, so I want to give just like a little bit of space, let our scouting assets over here, like our MMTs here, named the Betty. See, it's just got a pair of Pavises. Oh, it does not actually have a chaff box. Interesting. Huh. Has missile launcher, has jammer, has a T-30. Pretty standard multi-mission tug right now. Covers various roles such as hunting the enemy scouting assets or trying to cap points. Oh, here comes the lag. Sim speed warning has popped up. But we have first target here. Call that out.
We have secured Zone Atlas.
Oh dear.
Awaiting your orders, Commander.
The sim speed lag begins. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to set up on this corner, and then I'm going to launch my decoy containers around, like so. Go here, and then here, and then here. Because this is a fairly common pathway
The enemy
towards
secured
the B
Zone
point.
Box.
Missiles away.
And we'll do that with 2 decoy containers, like so. Ba-ba, 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 and ba-ba, ba-ba, ba. There we are.
Outgoing missile.
So that will look like we are actually sending our ships around, and then hopefully any ships that will see those will shoot them, and then we'll be able to shoot them in turn because we have seduced them, thinking that that is actually our fleet, but it's really just our decoys. We also have scouting missiles, as you might notice here, the oh whoa what's this container, just kind of the cheap little scout missile like we described earlier.
We are
See, there's a,
securing Zone
ooh, what's that? Pure Conviction. That's a good
Alpha. We
name.
have secured Zone
Ooh,
Fulcrum.
Solomon. Okay. Call this one, and we're just gonna mark you as priority. There we are. Ooh, we just saw a whole bunch of like, was that rails or what? I saw like a blue flash there.
Awaiting
Huh.
your orders,
Interesting.
Commander.
Well, either way, our fleet is in position and deployed, so this should be good.
We're on the way, Commander. Course
I'm a little worried that they could come around the corner here with beams, but I don't think that a beam destroyer would be here in time because, like, we got here really fast. G point is in our hands. OSP is taking the initial lead, like you would expect, because our ships are just a little bit faster than theirs. The shuttle being quite good at its job of just kind of getting up forwards, capping a point. So a lot of OSP game plan revolves around trying to get the initial like cap advantage and then hold onto it. Versus ANS, they can fairly securely secure a like 2 cap where they get their natural points on a map. Note the Canyon has a total of 7 points, so it's a little different than your typical like 5-point map. See some size 1s here. A Ballistra, I believe that's the default name for a size 1 missile. So those Ichi frag. So those should be anti-missile missiles, just kind of looking for incomings. Oop. What do we see here? Is that rail fire, or is that just like weird dots on the map that I couldn't make out? Oh boy. Okay, so there is rails somewhere. We can confirm. Yep. There we go. Rail array high. Look at all of those. Oh my god, they brought a rail array. Oh no. I remember one time trying to set up a 10v10, and literally we brought like 2 rail arrays composed of like 9 destroyers, and we locked onto a ship like this. Everyone issued the fire order at once, and then the server crashed. It was really funny.
Hands on the line.
All right. Anyways, so we don't see the enemy, but that's not mean that they are not out there. So once again, we're going to deploy a decoy up this direction, hoping to capture some of their attention. Make it look like we're going for the
Let's
B
see 'em
point
try
as
to
well.
get away from these.
I think that we'll do another double decoy pairing because it makes more sense to send pairs of decoys out, kind of following the shape of the ship formation that we do. This way, it seems like it would be more reasonable than just like, oh, hey, there's a random like line ship over here. That doesn't make any sense. These could be an actual fleet moving around, even though their spacing's a little bit off.
Missile reserves are getting slim.
We see the tugboat here getting royally railed by everything, which means that we had to be concerned about us potentially getting shot from above.
The enemy is securing Zone Fulcrum.
All right. We're just set up in a winning position right now, which means that I don't think we really need to do anything. Maybe you know what, actually, let's be smart about this. Yeah, we're going to push the underside of the map. Because if they've got all of their railgun fire set up above, then we'll just go to the place that they're not. We'll flip the map over, and then we'll just play the underside. Because now we can go for this nice little, like, underground route towards the B point, and a lot of people shouldn't be thinking about that. Since, you know, they've got so much stuff invested up top. All right, let's see. Over here, we got those Axfords that are trying to do their stuff. Again, I'm sorry this is very laggy. It is on my end, too, because we're playing, like, well, I guess it's technically a 10 versus 11 now. But they have a beam destroyer over here guarding their E point, as expected. So we just see our little attack wings here, kind of scouting out the enemy, firing some grape shot for spite. Should be using high explosive, but I'm sure there's plenty of things going on right now, so they don't have the time to manually issue that order. Or maybe they did, and, like, just because it's so laggy, it didn't end up registering the input. You can see our ship's kind of being silly there and rolling, so we're going to set the heading command, make sure that they stay the right direction. There we are. Just moving our fleet in formation now. Don't have too much eyes on below, so I do have to, again, be concerned, because, while I do have a lot of firepower at that 6-kilometer mark, Beam Destroyer is still Beam Destroyer, and their DPS is pretty much yes. Seeing a Solomon pushing up here now. PJs, let's see. Is PJs on... yeah, there's PJs for short, so they're bringing out the Brig over here, just moving towards the A point. So AS, a little slower to deploy, but they are taking the A point now, which will put them at a cap advantage. So while we got the initial kind of rollout punch, we need to now resecure certain holdings. See up top here, they've got a pair of Rains that are getting torn up for their trouble, but they've captured the F point. And unless we can get our shuttles back on here, Secure going for the heroic charge, but that is a lot of rail fire that they've no doubt got a lock set up for. All right. I'm just going to keep my fleet active over here. So I've sent out my decoys and stuff. Oop, one of them goes down. That was not from it running out of fuel, I believe, because it should have had enough fuel to get to the B point. So I'm betting that there is, in fact, something that can shoot that down. I didn't see any beam or big gunfire thing, so just had to keep aware of that. Dropping down to a little bit of sim speed here and there. Okay, we're going to continue our descent, like so.
We'll be there before you know.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look-see around. So, as for you, you can just go, like, down here-ish, I think. Yeah. And you can just go, like, over... Oop. Trying to move you approximately there. I probably should have you a little bit further behind, but we'll just adjust accordingly, like so. Boop, and, boop, and, boop. There we go. That'll work. It doesn't have to be super-duper precise right now. You can see the collision avoidance kind of kicking in there as it changes the ship's heading and stuff. So, oh wow, we're already dropping our sim speed once again. What has happened on the other side of the map? Here we go. All right, well, rocket containers are out in the water, so we see they had a attempt at the A point, but that is going away now. Rockets will, go kablooey there, firing off a nice little salvo. I really think rocket containers are underrated, and they're quite strong on the container liner, because, like, once you track a ship, it's pretty much a shotgun blast, and there's not really much you can do against that. Like, you can try and use flak, but flak is actually not as effective against rockets as you'd think. It only does half the damage it's supposed to because of the armor change. Like, I forget exactly how much armor pen flak has. I think it's 1 centimeter. Rockets have like 1.5, so flak ends up doing half damage, making them surprisingly effective. Anyways, container liner going over here. Or decoy container. What am I saying? Blah, 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 blah. How many assets? Classic OSB Doctrine headed towards D point. Yep, so D point looks pretty quiet. We see that there is an Axford up there and a bunch of big stuff. So these guys are getting lit up. It is just the case of what can we sacrifice to hold on to the F point. They are firing everything they can, but looks like just barely evading here now. Yeah, just slight track inaccuracy is enough to make those rails miss because of the distance that they're firing at and the evasion of our shuttles here. Ooh, these are absurd. Compare effectiveness to rails. Literally 1 volley kills a frig. Yeah, mass drivers are quite good. I have thought of some changes I would like to see done for mass drivers, but that's not really in my hands. I do believe that they are a little bit overtuned right now for what they are. Yeah, okay, so our decoy container is reaching the B point, but that's not really saying that much. See, we've got our other pair. I expected there to be something over this way instead of just, minimum investment. But maybe... Okay, it might just be that there's like a... Wait, what? Hang on a second. What am I saying? I have a scouting missile. What's the max range on this thing? Let's find out. Max range, okay. 10.7 kilometers. So, we gotta remember that, chat. The point is about 10 kilometers away, so we won't be able to arc our scouting missile over there. But if need be, we can definitely get it
At the
close.
ready,
So
Commander.
we're going to adjust our positions ever so slightly here again.
Falling in.
Not bothering with vertical elevation or anything like that.
Turning up the engines now.
Just going to have you guys moving a little bit over the rock here as perspective plays with me
Aye, aye.
poorly. All right. There we go.
We'll be there before you know it.
Set up like that, we should be in position to have a fire arc down below here. I don't know what's over at the top here on this canyon. This is why the map is kind of called Canyon, because there's just a whole bunch of dusty rocks here that looks like a canyon. Imagine that. Oh man, this is okay, this is gonna be interesting. So the Solomon is going for the A point. We are about 10 clicks away from it. We could cut low and potentially fire on that fleet there mid. You know, actually, I'm not completely against that. All right, let's do that. I'm gonna flip the map over once again, disorienting all of y'all. So I'm sorry about that, but here we go. Gonna cut over to midsection like so. I'm gonna let B point be B point. So you are going to go this direction like so.
We'll get it done.
As for you, you're going to go this direction.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Then you should go this way as well.
Aye,
Issue
aye.
heading orders to everyone. That should get yourselves organized.
How can we help today, Commander?
You will be able to adjust onto, like, say, 700 meters
Getting
there.
information.
There we are. All right. We'll have our plasma ship be on, like, the right side
Force
here.
lead in.
That way it will be...
Moving.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, maybe that will be a little close to the rock, but we'll have you do a quick course correction and then go from there.
We're on the move.
All right, so we're going to have you guys load armor-piercing rounds because I really want to knock out modules on this thing fast.
Commander.
I'm not too worried about like having to deal like overall damage because we're gonna throw so many shots at it that it shouldn't matter.
Hear you, Command.
Yeah, we see they've just got a big old death push here. Ooh, yeah, this is the ANS death ball just moving into the A point. They really want to control that because that will give them another cap. That said, rockets are out here as we just are splattering this area. Damn, look at all of this fire just going off. Just rockets and mass drivers and everything. Just ANS trying to wither it. Mass Driver is very effective against voxels because they can knock out the guns in, I'm pretty sure, one hit. I'm just going to mark priority targets here, like so. Yeah, that way we know exactly which ones to target. We're going to be trying to get into position here. We're actually going to be firing the what's this missile. That way we are able to effectively scout.
Missiles
Oop,
away.
actually, not like that. Thank you. Okay,
Quiet. Command's on the
ceasefire
line.
with your guns. Okay. I would like a missile to go here, and then to go here, and then just go like over there. That should be fine.
on the
Go
other
to
side of
fire.
those.
This way we are able to see what the enemy is bringing. Okay, you need to set up yourself to flank speed.
Awaiting your order.
You guys are getting roughly into position. Roughly. We need to make sure that we are set up before we peek the enemy because we don't want to end up dying foolishly. Being ill-prepared is not a good thing. A little hard to issue commands because of some of the input lag we're getting, but anyways, we see the ANS death ball just getting lit up by all of our mass drivers here. There's another huge missile strike coming out. Okay, sim speed dropping down to like 32. Let's go. The glitter is good. Hopefully some of these will lock on and we can see the enemy force. Yep, okay, so actually cancel firing the OWO missile. We have gotten the scout off that we needed. We've confirmed this is a beam backpack, so we need to stay over about 5 kilometers away. Holy mass driver, Batman, just looking at everything going into this thing. Just smack, smack, smack. That's a lot of beam power. All right, how about you? What is the other one? You are full 450 broadsider, but you're bow tanking right now. Yeah, time dilation begins. All right, let's see it, chat. You guys. I need to take a big sip here. Oh. Zachy Lucky, hi, how are you doing? We're just setting up for a little bit of nebulizing nonsense. Why are you... Ship is being weird. Okay, tell you what, we are just going to issue heading command and roll command and make this thing kind of work. Big sippy, yep, all right, another one for you. Big sippy, all right. We're setting up in position here. They have not seen us, thankfully, so we just need to dip down into cover, like, right now. That said, we should get a gun arc onto this thing, so you guys are approved for holding fire, please. Thank you. Lock on, and then we will be firing grape shot as well in a second. As for you, if you would just, like, stop being drunk, that would be great. I really want to surprise them with my fleet here, because the goal is for me to take out their battleship. Or at least to heavily cripple it, so we're going to do that instead. lock on like you. And, okay, so they see the Violet Violence here, unfortunately. They're Axford coming around the corner. With any luck, though, this should be too late. So, y'all are going to be weapons free in a second here. Keep you guys a little bit further away, because I'm getting a bit too close now for comfort. I don't want to be within range of their beams, which I believe is 5 kilometers. So, we're seeing the Violet Violence live up to its name now, as it fires all of its plasma possible. And we just start our kind of fire and retreat maneuver. Okay, you guys are good to be here. Just move up like so. Yep, you're set for your position. All right, this thing should be taking some hits. Plasma is good. Okay, you guys are weapons free if you have an arc. Pew pew. Now is when the ANS Death Ball pushes onto A, and we see just how much damage we can deal in a short span of time. They are technically in beam range of us, which I do not like, so we are trying to get out of here, although unfortunately our speed is not the highest. A little bit of inertia there, unfortunately. Luckily, though, our gunfire is doing well, so we've royally cooked this thing's armor off. We just need to make sure that their beam turrets do not hit us in turn. Yeah. Y'all wouldn't mind moving, please, this century. Ag. Yeah, we're firing all of our guns on target here, trying to dump a bunch of grape shot as well, because that will inflict criticals, which the enemy will then have to deal with. We will debuff their weapon systems and hopefully cause some power shortage issues, maybe even a drive bloom. Then we're going to reload for a second volley. They have now responded and locked onto us. They have identified the Violet Violence is in fact our plasma bulker. So we just need to make sure that we are moving backwards now as the return fire starts coming out. All right, move you up, Fake Fix, please. Thank you. Okay, all right, you're just going to move like this. That's like an offset enough, I think. Yeah, just keep moving up. Like so. Kind of. The ships are a little bit slow to respond, but we are making it happen, Captain. All right, you should be in firing arc any second now. We're just going to adjust the default headings and roll to accommodate for that. Everything is very laggy right now because, again, this is a 11 versus 10 game. It was originally 11v11, but then somebody disconnected, unfortunately. So now comes all the fire into the Solomon there. You are going to switch over to high explosives, I think, because we want some more mixed damage. We're just going to try and cook the battleship here as best as we can. Our our sim speed is less than stellar, but oh my god, is there a lot of DACA going off. Woohoo! We've sprung a wonderful ambush here, so we just need to make sure that we survive it now, because I am certain that there's going to be something punishing me any second. Right, which might actually just be my own positioning. Let's get out of here. Okay, just keep moving up like this. That should be fine. You can just move up this way. The ship's maybe doing a little bit of bumper bulks in a second, but I think it'll be okay. The other Solomons are not pursuing us. This thing has been royally toasted on this side. Its beam turret is looking at us and is trying to creep closer, but thankfully we're a bit faster than it, and thanks to the thruster damage as well, it shouldn't be getting any closer. You can see its defenders on the other side still just trying to shred a bunch of the incoming missiles. Here's all the containers in the world going after the fleets here. Just wham. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, PJ's like occasionally good to remember why it isn't dumb.
We are securing zone boxer.
Silly game's fun. That said, I am also not the one eating a whole bunch of plasma right now, so fair. We're going to see who is that. Okay, that is the other battleship. We are going to try and cook that once we get a arc on it. Need to move ourselves upwards. We're going to keep doing. Again, I want to keep myself at range where I want to be like I want to be less than 6.5 kilometers, but over 5 kilometers. So I've got like this 1.5 kilometer window here to really make the enemy suffer in. Going to be moving this way as well, trying to keep ourselves close together. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah. There is the... Okay, so PJ's is down, it looks like, so that means we can change fire. Order everyone to hold fire for now. Like that, please. Thank you. You're instead going to go after... Let's see, this Solomon here should be it. Oop, if it would let me. Thank you. Okay, you're going to fire on this and then on that.
The enemy is securing zone
Yep, okay, we fired a shot or two, but once our guns are corrected, we should be approved for fire. So we're just going to now move over as the... Well, basically, this is the lag missiles. So PJ's here. Oh, that's interesting. It says they surrendered twice. Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, this one should be dead then, I believe. Yeah, I can see it has been royally cooked, so we're going to mark that as killed. There we are. Make sure that we are, in fact, locking the right targets, like so. These Rains are dead as well. There we go. Mark as killed. And then I'll be a Vauxhall that we might have to go over. Okay, so we're going to have to make sure that we engage that battleship. So we'll go ahead and move ourselves this direction. Pew, pew, pew. A bunch of the caps are flipping, but I don't think that that is my problem right now. We are just trying to get to Plasma City. And it is, well, it is going pretty well because we're seeing the violet violence, the purple blasts coming around the rock right now onto this poor battleship. So here's a bunch of missiles coming in as well. Super Container Strike out for blood. These Rains are popping life pods, so this one is in fact dead. Mark has killed. I believe, yeah, we played with the UG-X last game, and oop, womp womp. Don't hear any. I think that might be the smoke cloud from this one. I wouldn't be surprised if this is dead. I think that's dead. Yeah, that's a death cloud. Okay, Mark has killed. There we go. Anyways, Plasma is good. This Solomon is suffering. Ha ha ha. All right, Daka time. We're coming around the corner now at best speed, which is to say not much, but some. Luckily, our team is holding a lock on this thanks to our other assets over here. These guys are a little out of lock range, actually. Maybe it is me that's holding the lock. Let's see. Oh, no, it's an Acello. That's what's got the lock on it. Oh, huh. He is jamming on the side. That's interesting. 100 mil HE pens a Vauxhall. I don't think it does. Maybe on like a flat angle, but
We hear you, Command.
I want to say that's only got like 30 centimeters of pen, and that's like Vauxhall's armor. Anyways, we're tearing into the battleship here since we opened it up with a whole bunch of our plasma. You see us now firing more and more. We're actually going to turn off flank speed so that we don't cook our engines. Nyom.
We're underway.
Right, and then you're going to be maneuvering around like so. So yeah, the ANS went for a big death ball push here down the middle of the map, and well, we flip this back over to normal canyon view. You can see that while they did get the point, they paid heavily for it militarily. We've still not managed to get the B point back here, I don't think. We sent containers and stuff, but we've got some various gunfighters. Oh, you can see our containers going off there, actually. That's fun.
Quiet. Command's on
We are
the
doing
way.
our job of providing a nasty little flank surprise. We killed off one of the battleships, and we should be cooking the other one since we have enough plasma to degrade its armor and destroy it. I don't know if this one is actually hard dead. I'm
Quiet.
gonna ask them
Command's
on
the
that.
line.
Somebody marked it as dead, but I didn't see a life pods. Double check, confirm. The ITC fleet. I guess I really wish when you pull up the player list, you could see who is what fleet, so that if somebody disconnects. All right. I'm going to assume that they are in fact then correct here.
Standing by.
All right. We are going to hold our fire then and issue a reload order across our fleet. This Vauxhall here. I don't know if it's alive or not, so we're just going to fire on it here
Solution locked in.
instead. Blup, blup.
We can't target them from that distance.
We'll just fire. I guess we'll fire a grape shot. So I have not seen this thing pop life pods, but I am going to take their word for it since I do not apparently hear the enemy. So whatever.
On the way.
We can continue our sort of gradual advance around here. We might get towards the B point finally and then engage stuff there. Kind of interesting, just the emergent gameplay you get from so many ships being on the screen at once, where it's like most of the normal kind of practice Nebulous gameplay just doesn't exactly happen anymore since, well, just so much silliness is afoot. We're just going to have you reload all your guns. I don't actually want you to
Standing by.
just reload everything. Thank you. I want to make sure that that goes through. Don't really have a great lock on this. I just want to make sure that this thing is in fact dead. That way we have neutralized the entire enemy A push. I believe that more of them are dead than we are. Yeah, it's just oh my god. It is a wow. Yep. It is a graveyard on the A point. All right, let's see. There's an Axford here, which could be a problem, so we're going to instead fire on that one, since I believe that is within our arc. Yes, it is. Okay. I'm going to lock you up and then fire. See, the sim speed once again struggling here as we adjust more of our guns onto target. I want to say that Vauxhall is in fact toasted, but of course I have no audio to confirm such a thing, so whoopsies. That said, we shot it up pretty well, and I don't think it's moving anyways. It says not under command, but that does not mean that it is, in fact, killed. So I have to play accordingly. All right, let's see. Set you with lock. Set you with lock. You are just in range to lock, so let's keep you in range, please, and thank you. Then as for you, you are approved for fire. We set it to hold fire and kept it that way. Now all of our guns have, like we said in the last match, they have pre-aimed and zeroed themselves, so they should be good to go. We're going to adjust our heading and roll by default as well, making sure that we are dynamically updating that so that if our ships do in fact lose the track that they are firing on, they will not turn in some really silly manner. Just set it like that. That should be good enough. And then this thing is in for a certifiably bad time, TM. There's another reactor bloom taking a bunch of life pods with it. That Vauxhall is... Yep, we did in fact kill that, so we're going to mark it as dead. We are 800 points to their 500, so we're a little more than halfway to winning. They're about a third of the way there, so just need to make sure we cook through everything here. I believe it... Yeah, we can see roughly with the silhouette. That should be the drive section in the rear there and the front section here. So we're getting a whole bunch of drive hits. I'm hoping the grape shot will be enough to actually like cause the drive to go super critical. Just constantly stacking up debuffs and things. So this is pretty much the last capital they had for their big Mega Death A push. But that said, we are falling behind on caps. So we will have to secure some stuff ourselves. I'm thinking that probably we'll push towards the B point since there's a couple rains over here that is more than a match for the fleet that is currently engaging it. These shuttles are rather cheap, but they are doing their best.
What are our orders, Commander?
Let's take a look back here. Make sure that the axe turret is in fact royally toasted. Yep, it is good. Okay, I think it's time for us to get moving. Let's go. Yeah. You see everyone here that is just kind of like doing wonderful crossfire. We've got a early warning and long range tracker on this thing, so even if we didn't have track, we would be able to fire on it effectively. Looks like they've got, yep, the beautiful collapse over here. Ooh, broadside 250ing. You can battle tank with this thing. You don't have to go broadside, but I mean, hey, it's perfectly fine if you just want to go deck out. Hey, they've got a flipper. Oh, these things are so cool to see. I don't think they're as good as just like going single broadside, but it's really cool to see like you fire one side of the gun, so you flip it over, then you fire the other side. I wish it was just a little easier and it didn't require so much micro because it's really taxing to do, but it's quite cool to see that just like as an option you can do. I personally prefer just having like one side has all the guns, but all right. We're going to need to get B point, so let's see. Given the position of this thing, I don't know if we'll be able to... Yeah, it's drifted around the corner here. I don't think we're going to get another shot at it. So we're instead going to issue a ceasefire order on all of y'all. That is a word. Don't question it. We're going to flip you guys over instead. We'll just set the heading and roll commands like so. As for you, your heading command should be fine. We'll just set your heading that direction and then set your roll this way. This way, our ships will flip over and then we'll be able to engage the rains. I'll order them to load high explosive rounds, give them a random fire order, and then cease it. That way the reload goes through. This one was already loaded on high explosive, so it should be fine. Just to make it roll a little bit faster, I'm going to set the heading straight to where it is pointed. Since we are on slideshow speeds, we are able to do this rather quickly.
We are en route, Commander.
Keep you guys moving around here like so. Pop, 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 pop. All right, so these are our targets, ideally. We're going to set an attack marker over here. Oh, if it will let me. Attack marker there, please. 70% sim speed. Gaming. Oh, yeah. As you can see now, we have managed to flip ourselves over, and we are ready to engage the enemy, so we're going to do just that.
Target confirmed.
See, we've expended quite a bit of our grape shots, so we'll switch over to high explosive. We shouldn't need to super crit these guys anyways. Set our roll a little bit better. We can just order the high explosive here, and then we'll order the high explosive here as well. There we
I
are.
don't think we can hit that.
That should be fine. All right, anyways, we need to get over there, so let's hit the flank thrusters. Plasma ship is just going to stay with our fleet, but I'm going to have it go a little bit slower behind since we don't actually need it in this fight. There's not enough armor on the frigates for them to really be a problem. As soon as we peek around this corner, we should be good to go with fire. This thing is just finishing its reload now. I'm just going to have you just chill here for the moment. There we are. We've got enough elevation difference that we should be fine on this. So yeah, the cavalry has arrived as we watch the first of our rounds crest out into this ship here that has been disabled. We should be able to quickly follow up onto the other one.
Commands on the line.
We will try and get a lock anyways if we want to hit that one, please. See if we can't do that once it is cornered. There we are. All right, so you will instead fire on this guy here. And then you will, so you're going to fire on that one like so. And lock. You are going to lock onto this guy like so. And do that. Yes, good. All right.
Course laid in.
And have you adjust yourself to be like just above, like so. There we go. Now our guys should be able to dive for the point. We're just going to stop our advance here because I think we can clear all of these in one fell swoop. Have you kind of stay close in case of incoming missiles. See a whole bunch of them just trying to dump their last munitions now, killing off, yep, one shuttle here. Maybe you will be able to stay alive. Your drive looks like it's taken down, but I don't think they're quite out for the count.
Yes, Commander.
Anyways, we're just firing off all the high explosive in the world into these guys, and they are not having a great time. That said, they are being fairly evasive, so I did feel I'm actually dodging the better part of our volley there. I'm going to get a little closer then just to make sure that these do in fact die. We're also going to be moving a bit closer towards the T point in case they have anything in reserve. I want to make sure that we secure that. That way it gives us the cap lead that we will need to win. We are still ahead on points, but enemy has some assets kicking around. That Axford is just going to zombie here for the rest of the game. I don't know if we can actually proper knock it out. We've got a Keystone here, which is getting mass driven, so it should go down pretty fast. Just all the mass drivers in the world. Okay, we are getting jammed over here, which is rather annoying. Which one of you is the jammer? I don't actually see. Maybe it's... Okay, we're going to burn through with this. Try and verify. Don't see anything, unfortunately. Ooh. Okay, just keep firing on that one then, if you can. Yeah, we're just going to have to get closer. Enemy is being a butt. All right.
We're underway.
Die for the point. You can just adjust. I don't know. You're just going to be independent for right now, okay? You'll do that. There we go. You are good to fire on, and you are good to fire on, and you're good to fire on, and you are good to fire. There we are. Excellent.
Getting a lock.
There's the other one showing back up, so we'll just change fire quickly.
The attack.
They look pretty toasted. Typically, you're not going to survive this much 250, especially not 2 bulk freighters worth. Yeah, these things firing very rapidly. There goes a big kablooey there. Woo! All right. Let's see. This one taking a thorough pounding. It shouldn't be long before their CIC gets knocked out. There's only so much you can really do with sort of escort class ships here. I don't have too much to say in the way of interesting commentary, although we are going to lock onto you and fire all of our stuff that we can, since you are, in fact, the jamming ship. Number 1, y'all are good to go onto point. Number 2, you're just going to stay up top, and then number 3 should be here. I don't really see anything else that I can shoot at. I guess I could plasma this thing some more, but, like, yeah, I mean... It's already kind of cooked, chat. It's been thoroughly charbroiled. It's just going to sit here, like I said, zombieing. So, yeah. You can see one of our container liners here. Most of it's, actually, I think all of its banks expended. Yep, just this is the build I was talking about before, where you do the 2 big banks. You can get quite a few high-quality missiles with that, as opposed to the kind of quantity missiles. See them firing over there. The little 100 mil guns trying to peck away at this thing, knock it out. See the jammer that gave us the issue earlier. That's also why I like the wolf packs, because you can run like one ship with a jammer or 2, and then you can have 2 of them dedicated more to gunfighting, and they work quite well. All right, let's check and make sure that we are killing these ones now, since this guy is in fact dead. No as killed. Excellent.
Quiet. Commands on the line.
Heading roll looks good. Heading and... Oh, heading was a little high. Heading and roll, just because we can. Not too much really to do here. We're just cleaning up shop. A few more of them are disconnecting from blue team there. We are the orange, despite showing up in blue. At least I believe. Yes? Yes. Okay. Second guess myself there for a quick second. We can see an Axford here taking a bunch of shots into the belly, but actually that's 450, so yeah, that will do a lot of damage here. Oof. That's quite painful for them. Yeah, they got a fairly burnt up Ocello here, just giving its broadside over. Oh, damn, look at that. Just literal, this is a coal nugget. Straight up. See, it probably, yeah, this was definitely facing the explosion. This side was facing away. You can tell by the burn, but yeah, this Axford down here having a rather bad time. Oh, that's Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. That's I like that name. That's good. All right, let's take a look. So you are not quite dead. Life pods have been popped from the other one. A lot of sim speed lag still going on. Haven't seen too many missiles left over. Looks like the teams are just kind of, well, we're pretty much just like leaving the points right now, seeing what we can cap out and not. Just kind of a slow game since it is, you know, running at 75% speed. All right, as for you, that thing is in fact launching pods now, so you can hold fire. Kill you as killed and cease. You.
Go ahead.
Thank you. You were firing on this guy, so you can go ahead and cease. This thing is going to be marked as killed, and then cancel that track. Thank you. All right. We'll go ahead and cap this point here real quick. Turn off the flank speed since we don't really need it. Right. Now what? I guess we go towards the E point.
Aye, aye, Commander. We're
You know, how many mass drivers? Yes. OSP comp. Mass
Aye,
drivers. Yes. Welcome to Canyon. Okay, something still detects us down here. What the heck is that? Oh, I don't like that.
Yes, Commander.
We're gonna burn through radar sweep real quick because, hello, we have company. Okay, we need to quickly adjust our roll command
Aye,
to
Commander.
hit that because that is in fact a keystone that is still
Attention, 5 by
alive.
5.
Yeah, number 2 battle group is just gonna go over here and
We're ready
do their
whenever you
little
are.
merry adventure.
Moving.
I'll point our plasma towards the E point in case there is something over there, so we'll just flip over.
We'll get it done.
Yeah, we're already flipping you over.
Awaiting
Okay,
your orders,
we are.
Commander.
Ah! That's not
We'll be
good.
here before you know it.
Okay, I just saw that beam. That is nope.
Send your traffic.
Hi, buddy. I would rather you not shoot me, please.
Target
We're gonna shoot at
confirmed.
this one and just like light it up while we can, considering that is that is a beam destroyer that we can shoot.
Secured zone.
Now that we have secured the point, we need to just proceed to get out of here because there was a beam firing from somewhere down here, and I don't like that. Beam good when I shoot it, beam bad when enemies shoot it. Nuh-uh. You know, like,
Awaiting your orders, Commander.
we're going to fire our OWO missile around the corner to verify what that may in fact be.
Missiles away.
There we are. That should give us a confirmation of sorts. Oh, okay, what do we got here?
What are our orders,
That is a
Commander?
track, actually. Okay, interesting. We will fire another OWO at that. There we are. OWO
Missiles
missile
away.
programmed and launched. Still deploy shortly. And this thing, focus fire. Oh, yep, there we
Yes,
go. Now it is
Commander.
getting royally toasted. Okay, we're going to move over this direction then.
We're
And we're
underway.
up high this way. There we go, following the rock.
Up the engines now.
All right. E point has not been secured, so we're going to need to do that ourselves, I think.
Aye,
I think they're throwing in the towel, maybe, perhaps.
aye. Aye, aye.
We have gotten ourselves a 5 to their 2 caps, so I think we are good. Oh, there's a target. We're going to fire on that. Yes, it is a destroyer. Fire, 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 fire. Yeah.
Missiles are getting low. We are en route, Commander.
All right, let's find out. Ooh, 1 destroyer, 2 destroyer. Oh, that's quite a bit of destroyer. Okay, yep. Oh, okay, that's firing on the tug. Phew. Thank you, Sakira, for being the distraction. We were able to pound this thing in the side.
Quiet. Command.
All right, how far away are y'all? You are dangerously close. Okay, fire on that one instead.
Firing solution locked in.
Pew. So the OWO missile is finally going down here. These should give us a visual on them so we can see exactly what their loadout is.
What are our orders,
There we are.
Commander?
Trying to keep our distance, running for the hills here.
Turning up the engines.
Take a look
now.
over here at Battle Group 2. Yep, everything kind of going
Aye, aye.
the direction we want it to. Your heading could be adjusted
We'll
ever
get
so
it done.
slightly. Let's set you guys to flank speed
your
since I
traffic.
think the match is pretty much over. I can't imagine they pull
Copy
a
that,
rabbit out of
moving.
their hat here for a win, but keep playing it out as we can.
We're on the way, Commander.
Fake fix, what do you see? We see one of them down here has jamming. Okay, so that's worth noting.
Awaiting your
Um,
orders, Commander.
The OWO missile going off, veering there. Whoop, whoop.
What are our orders?
All right. As for you, tell you what, you can just halt at this point because I think that we are far enough away. Let's try shooting at you with this. We are currently running, as you can see by the burn through, a Huntress radar, so that means that we don't have the best track quality.
Yes,
However, we do have the ability to go daka with our pinpoint radar if we can get at that 6.5 kilometer mark.
laid in.
Now, the only caveat to that is that it means that we're going to have to, well, get a little closer, and then that's a 500-meter difference between their death range and, well, me being able to shoot them effectively. So we're also able to go for the whole saturation fire, where we just, accuracy by volume them. Our T-20s are slightly out of range at this point. See, our lovely long-haul drive was able to get us very far away from them, but now we're going to double back. They're trying to go for that B point and not making it. Mass drivers as well, contributing very well. You see over here, Monkey Lord. Yep, quad barrel mass driver, just going for the maximum saturation of fire. Not sure where they're rotating, actually, but...
Yes,
Ooh, wait,
Commander.
hang on. What was that battle formation we just glimpsed? They still have... Oh! Do they have a rail array? Oh, they do. They have rail arrays. Okay, that's what's... Oh, wow, just big open space fight. Like, look at this. Just all the OSP assets out there, just firing all the mass drivers they can, all the rails in return. Just big old long-range fight at the top of Canyon here, if we get our proper perspective. Just, yeah, kind of a star formation by the looks of it, and then another star, like, further back. So, We knew they had a lot of rails. We had a lot of mass drivers. This is why I did not go to the top of the map. This is long range central. It's fucking beautiful to look at, but damn.
Quiet. Command.
All right. Let's see. Any CLNs left? Nothing left. Okay. We are good to just keep firing on you. I think should be dead pretty soon. Just dip down a little bit more.
Course laid in.
I'm just yelling, "Stay down!" All right. You should be good to just drive straight onto the point here and get the E-cap.
On the way,
We are pretty
Commander.
close to winning. We only need 250 more points. These guys are
Yes,
far
Commander.
outside of our engagement range, but I think they're going for A? Yeah. Well, we've got a container liner on there, hopefully with a arming missile or something. Might not be the case, actually. So they might actually get the A point, but I don't think that it will decide the match from here on. Yeah. Just gotta pepper this thing now that we got the lock, so we're gonna order you to halt, since you are just in the gun range that we want you to be. Gonna have you move over slightly. There we are. Pew, 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 pew. So we've denied them the recap. The rails and mass drivers are gonna slug it out for the rest of the game, and I think that that will be that. 10v10s are interesting. Surprisingly, only one player crashed.
Ammunition store
I
is low.
thought we would get a lot more people crashing,
Enemy
but no.
securing zone coming.
We hear you.
I'm not saying
Commander.
this was like incredible to play in terms of match quality thing, but still. All right, we're gonna continue our descent here, trying to go after this keystone. BKC fleet.
Yes,
Okay.
Commander.
This one should be dead, anyways. I hope.
We hear you.
Uh,
Command.
Gonna continue our marching advance. We need to reload our guns though.
What are our orders? Commander?
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to fire the
Target.
we're gonna fire the
confirmed.
250 casemates at this one. We're gonna flank speed close enough because once we've actually reloaded, should be fine. Or you know what? Actually, we're gonna be smart about this. We're gonna set ourselves to hold fire, lock onto you,
That target
and
is
then
out of our
once we
range.
get into gun range, then we will go Daka on it. Because this one should be toast. Should. I think.
Awaiting your orders, Commander.
Send in the bulwark shuttles. Yes, yes. All right.
We'll be there before you.
Come on, just a little closer. Get a prop. Oop, actually, yes, there is the life pod. So we did actually smartly time that for when it had died.
What are our
Need to wait
orders,
until this
Commander?
thing, because like literally we'll just hit the fire order as soon as this thing gets its little diamond filled up. Ooh, there's the beam going into the already dead tug. So could be worse, could be us. That is our cue. Fire, 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 fire. Then going to use our powerful thrusters to change our vector slightly by going forwards.
The enemy secured zone coming.
Ships have a maximum speed, so we could either try and brake using our side thrusters there, which we are doing, or we could also, translate some of our momentum into forwards
Our
direction.
signal's being
that.
jammed.
Oh, crap. Okay, that is less than ideal. Burn through and
Our
shoot, please.
signal's being jammed.
Rude.
Negative. That target is
Crap.
out of
Okay,
our range.
we're gonna reverse
Lead
instead
in.
then, because they have jamming. Alright, you need to not roll like that, please, and thank you.
Securing zone Atlas.
Right
Because
away,
I know that they are
Commander.
6 kilometers away, and that's scary. Hi, you.
We're locked
Shoot,
on
please.
target.
Shoot, please. Shoot, please. Shoot, please.
We
Ah!
can take him.
Problem. Fire! Fire everything! Yeah!
How can we help
Check
you,
the other fleet.
Commander?
Yep, you guys are good for where you all
Aye, aye.
going.
Full
Excellent.
power, munitions running out.
Pew, 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 pew. They're actually flipping the cap pretty effectively here. Credit to them. Let's get you, right back against the
We'll be
wall
there
here.
before you know it.
Want to make sure this thing does not have its nose towards me. I think it might, but it's also taking a lot of
Quiet.
damage.
Command's on the line.
Just got to make sure that we keep firing. Our C-56s are up. The T-20s are still peppering.
Awaiting
You
your
are
orders,
in
Commander.
gun range as well. I think I got some shots into you, but this could be ugly in a second. So let's just dip ourselves into the rock while we reload. Probably going to slam the butt of the ship. That's weird. I thought we had shadows turned off. Maybe that's the level of detail thing kicking in. Oh well. Alright, we'll lock onto this one then. Oh, never mind. Well, our guns will be cycled in a second, so we can pop back out of cover, and we'll go about a kilometer up or two, just giving ourselves that extra range. They're actually getting some respectable flips done here, like contesting points. Given that they lost a lot going for that initial A rush, I will give them credit for pulling some stuff back. Yeah.
We have secured zone coming.
Yeah. We didn't have no crashes. We only had one at the very start,
Awaiting
though.
your
So.
orders, Commander.
All right, let's see. Your heading is going to be here. Your roll looks good. Excellent. Okay. Let's try and get you around the bend. We're going to actually change your heading ever so
Right
slightly
away.
upwards. Try and get some momentum
We're
going here.
underway.
Now, bulk freighters, they're very fast in one axis, which is the forwards and backwards, but the strafing thrusters are like they are terrible compared to the main thrusters. You only get like 30% of the thruster, so if I remember my number crunch right. All right, let's see if we can't spot somebody here. There you are.
Target lock
Bloop
achieved.
and bloop. You
Fire
are weapons
solution
free.
locked
Pew
in.
pew. All right, that should be enough elevation, so you'll just move laterally now.
Underway.
There we are. Daka daka. Oh, pre-roll ads are on.
We
No.
hear you, Command. What are our orders?
All right, let's fire on you instead because you are awfully close, and I don't want to get beamed right now. That would be rather poor. We are able to move quite quickly, so I think we're just going to rely on our speed here, hoping that we can outturn their beam turret, assuming it is still active.
Yes, Commander.
Daka 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 daka. Oop. I heard an alarm. Huzzah! I didn't think we would actually hear one of those in this game. All right, let's lock onto you then, and instead change fire over. So, you are weapons free, and then we'll just go into the B point, since I think that should be 1, 2, 3 of them cleaned up. Cool. And now it should just be the last cap. Woo! Alright, we got a little more gunfight in. I'm pretty happy with how our flank on the battleships worked out. I didn't think they were all going to death ball into A point, but, well, they did. So that'll be GG. Whew. Alright.
Ready whenever you are.
It's going to feel so weird going back into actual, like, normal non-10v10 games, because we've just gotten so used to playing on slug speed. Exporting battle report. It's chugging. It's thinking about it. It's struggling. Just, yeah. Pew pew pew. You can actually hear them. Like, oh wow, did they have? Wow, they did have triple rail arrays and stuff by the looks of it. They brought their game plan. Almost got the complete 7 cap here. I wonder if that'll flip before the export finishes. Rails need love. Rails need an effective target, because on the OSP side, there's not really an ideal target for Rails to hit. Like, you can kind of shoot an SLO, but, like, their armor piercing just feels kind of wasted. Anyways, this is going to be a large number of things to get through. Let's just go find ourselves being all narcissistic like that. Here we are. So, yeah, wow. The fake fix did some numbers. Look at that, 22k, and then almost 12k over here. The Violet Violence is just there to plasma strip people. It doesn't really do that much damage, but we are quite happy with what it did to the battleships. See, can we find the battleships that we targeted? Where are they? So this one, I'm pretty sure went super critical. Surrendered at 19 minute. Okay. And then this was a almost 36-minute match. Okay. Where's the other battleship? I think it was PJ's. Yeah, PJ's, I think, also might have gone super critical. So quite happy with how we did. Good ambush that we set up. Did not play the way I expected. Kind of did a weird underside flank there because I was initially going to go over the top and then there's just nothing for me to fight. So big A death ball emerged, and then Rail and Master Driver had a complete clown fiesta up top. So, all right, we're going to hop out of this lobby. My voice is a little sore, so I'm going to drink some water and then we'll take a ad break. I think I can do one more today. Yeah, I don't have any timing commitments because normally I have to go after like 3 hours of streaming or so, but we should be able to get one more good game in. So chat, we'll be right back. Yeah. Alrighty, chatty catties, we are back. Secure saying it's too painful to manage 5 capsule. Yeah, well, I mean, Canyon's a 7 cap map, so it's even more, like, work on there. Whew. That was a heck of a match. Let's see if there's another lobby up. Ooh, Killboard is full, but we can go on Yukon. Oh, maybe not. Let's try that again. Okay, now it works. Oh no, it's Meanie and Spadicy. Oh dear, it's the boys. Here to clown on me. I know I could count on them. Alright, well, I'm not the best Yukon player, but we'll see how well we can do this. Microsoft Edgelord joining us again. Alright. I don't want to stack up with them, even though I could. I think it's better to try and make teams a little more even like this. So, set up some of our cap stuff. I think that if I go... I could do my 3-bean soup fleet. That could be kind of fun. That's more of a death ball fleet than a cap fleet. Might do another cap fleet with Coffee Shop Mark II, double beam destroyer, and situational stuff. Yukon is pretty good to have 2 beam destroyers on because there's 2 nice, really good spots that you can set them up and then cover some of your points with. So. We could do a 5v5, I suppose. We have enough people for it. Yeah, we can say sure. Yeah, we can balance this out. We take snipes, and then RuneQuester goes over there. We'll go for Nyx's Eye. That sounds all right to me. Yeah. See if we get one more vote for it. We can do it. Oh, come on, 6 votes. Oh, did we get another person? Oh, 6 votes. There we go. All right, so we'll see who gets into which teams, and we'll work on there. We had somebody join and then leave, so yeah. See if people want to decide which team they want to be on. In the meantime, we got Marlowe. That's fine by me. What? Part of me, like, because the way I think of it, right? That's the destroyer fleet, not my cap fleet. I like to have a beam destroyer for each natural point you have. So if you've got, like, say, 2 natural points, you just like cap on deployment, then I like having a beam destroyer to cover both. That said, on Nyx's Eye, you've got like 1 natural point and then 3 contested lanes. Typically, you'll see some people deploy across all 3 lanes. I think it's best to stack 2 lanes on Nyx. That way you can decide, hey, I want to fight for this one, and then take it decisively. You can let the enemy take 1 of the points, but you'll manage to get the other 2, and it'll work out well. RuneQuester's here specifically to take photos. All right, well, that's fine. I mean, I'm here to take... well, I'm just here to do twitchy silliness, so hey, why not? Let's see what everyone else... Maximum bullshit DDs. All right, well, I guess that... I guess we'll run our regular coffee shop fleet then. I know that Meanie and Spadicy have given me some feedback on it. I know that they will probably recognize it. But we will see. Nebulous. Yeah, hey, Rory, you're here. Cool, you get to watch me fight against Meanie, Spadicy, and Vastal. Also, Microsoft Edgelord joining them. So, gonna be an interesting match on Nyx's Eye. I think the odds are fair, so we're gonna see how it goes. Yeah. All right. Is there anything I really want to add? This is just my usual coffee shop fleet because I feel like it covers all my bases here. I want to say that like this is good for what I'm doing. It's actually pretty balanced. Yeah, it's a pretty fair matchup across here. Like, they've got a midshipman, we've got a blue, so it's kind of equal. They've got 2 white, we've got 2 white. Yeah, I think ranks are actually pretty even here now. I add up everything together. So we will see what we can do. You just missed us playing a 10v10 on Nyx's, no, not Nyx's Eye, Canyon Network. I said it again, Canyon Network. It's just Canyon. Canyon Network is the map in MechWarrior Online. I'm losing the ability to speech. Yeah. I guess technically it was an 11 versus 11, but we had a player drop and then somebody inherited their fleets. It was really funny because I stayed on the underside of the map, and then there was like 3 fleets of mass drivers squaring off against 3 fleets of rails, and it was just a blue lightning bolt fest up top, and I just quietly tucked my head and said, you know what, I'm just gonna go under this rock and peel a battleship. Y'all have fun with that. It's just gonna be a big old fiesta up top. don't know what Marlowe is bringing here. I'm gonna ask them. What do they got? No eye for rail fleet. Oop. Okay, so they've got missiles and stuff. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Oh, big sippy for me. All right, Roy, this sippy's for you. Ooh. Left water. Water is good. Yes, hydrate before the match. Exactly. And as is tradition, Spadici is the last one to ready up. Inside jokes. All right, let's see how we do with this. I am going to be the cap player against two people who know how to play caps well, so we're going to see how this goes. I might completely skill issue here. I might not. It is entirely dependent on what they decide to throw at me. Got him in 4K. Yeah, exactly. Technically, I'm only capturing in 1080p because Twitch gets mad when I upload too high resolution. Also, just I saw like a breakdown of all the like common monitor resolutions, and even though I've got like 1440p monitor and I could cast in like 1080p, not that many people are actually watching in like 1440. Like you would have to be watching my stream in full screen, which means you don't get chat and stuff. And a lot of people just don't do that. Like the statistics are saying, yeah, just stream like 1080p. It's the best for most phones, and it delivers like pretty good quality, and you don't get a whole bunch of bitrate interruption droppage stuff. Anyways, we're going to be sending the Kit Kat as our minimum investment capper to the A point. This is going to be our standard plan of ACD, which is how I like to play this map. I'm going to send 2 down the middle here. I'm going to send the Americano and the Cortado over towards the D point here. And then we're going to have our scouters over here. And then over here. Yeah. Kind of our standard right side stack. I enjoy the right side stack on the ANS side. And then on the OSP side, I also enjoy doing the same thing where you stack towards the B point, since you can come around the corner here and do some nasty close quarter shenanigans. Or you can do a nasty underside push here. I particularly like pushing under the rocks, because a lot of people tend to gravitate towards the top of the map with rails and mass drivers just because of the default perspective. But if you do this, flip over the map, now it's an entirely different perspective, and you can really mess people up with that. So we'll flip back to normal, just like that. All right. So beam destroyer covers the D point. 2 corvettes will contest it, and then we've got some spy glasses watching around the sides here, making us very aware of what goes on in this side of the battle space. Yeah. Perspective change. Yeah, the perspective change messes everyone up. It's why one of the best ways to actually learn how to play Nyx's Eye is to play the variant map called Nyx's Eye Rotated, where it takes everything and rotates it 90 degrees. For whatever reason, monkey brain perspective makes you look at a map and think, oh, there's not really much cover here. It's a whole bunch of empty open spaces. And then when you tilt it 90 degrees, it completely changes how you see the map. It's so strange, but I really recommend it for anyone who's like struggling to get better with like canyon play and stuff. Just play the rotated version. Anyways, we're just going to send these guys up here. I don't actually expect to get the point here, so we're just going to set them to loose formation. See, the latte and cappuccino will be in formation, and then they'll go towards the C point. Full speed on loose formation.
Standing by.
Hey. Why you gotta be spoiling my names? Now they know what I'm running. Yo! Curses. Oh well. Yeah, they probably guessed anyways. It's not that big a deal.
Understood.
It's not like there's someone in my chat who happens to know what my ship names are and makes me have to change them. Rory. I swear, man, you got me messed up that one time. You're like, I've seen exactly like one ship named Latte. I know exactly your fleet. I've had to make multiple variants of this fleet so that people don't realize it.
We're ready when you
Alright,
are,
let's see. So
Commander.
you're at flank
What can we
speed.
do
You're
for you,
oh, crap, my A capper. I almost forgot about that. Okay, that's gonna be a little bit slower here. I think I have 4 of my. Oh crap, he's got 4 of my fleets memorized. Chat. What am I gonna do? Oh no, I'm gonna have to actually be creative for once. Oh no.
Sector traffic.
You know, if I was smart and I always deployed this one on the bottom of the map, I would just put the pinrod module on like the top of the ship so I don't have to roll it like this. It's probably fine. Anyways, moving you guys around the outside, around the outside, around the outside.
Ready.
Cappuccino, MD Dad, and 2 others
We're
I've
ready
not
when
let
you
you
are,
know about yet.
Commander.
Oh, crap. Well, I mean, okay, one of, like, I run, like, some fleet variants. I mean, my frontline fleets are pretty vanilla,
What can we do
granted,
for you,
but
Commander?
right, We'll just have you guys set formation like... Actually, I'll have you in line. I think that'll be best. Yeah, in line like 300 meters here.
Falling into
I'm
formation.
expecting to get hit by a bunch of grape shot and like have all of my capping assets super contested. So I'm not actually going to go for the D point here initially. I'm going to wait until my destroyer's in position, and then I'll try for it.
We're on our way.
Let's see. Can I get to here in
Commander.
time? Yes, no,
Moving
maybe
out.
so. I'm
Standing
gonna have you
by.
guys like roughly even here.
Enemy is secured
There we go.
zone
Moving into
eclipse.
formation.
All right.
We are secured zone
So we're getting the C point right as they get the E
We're
point.
ready when you are,
Fine.
Commander.
I'm not actually. Huh. There it is. I was like, I'm not seeing anything. Where are they? Okay. Initial volley is gonna go out here, like so.
We're on our
Go
way.
check the barista on target, like so. Just gonna have you pop up and then lock. That is perfectly fine. There we are. Yep. Be here. Anyways, the Americano and Grotado have fired their missiles out. There's the initial shots coming this way, as
Yeah,
expected.
hostile fire
Yep, grape shot doing its thing. Whoosh, meow, and whop, and whop. Oh, did I actually get it? Okay, fine.
What can we do for
Drumsticks.
you? Initiating missile launch.
Orders.
As for you, Barista, if you wouldn't mind firing your beam in a second, you are approved for fire.
Understood.
Standing by.
I launch torps here, even though it's not necessary.
We're on our way.
Make them think that it is.
Waiting orders.
The enemy is securing zone Atlas.
Actually, you know what?
Enemy is securing zone
We should get this, I think.
The enemy
Awaiting
is
orders.
securing
Can I use fire-sized ones, or is this gonna work? Come on, Bavis, don't do it.
zone Comet.
Yes, good. Wham, and oop. Wow, that actually missed. I'm very disappointed. Okay, fine. Okay, you're just gonna give it a love tap. Whop, whop. All right, and you are good. You signal, you are killed. Oop, ceasefire. There we are.
Receiving.
God damn it. We keep doing that thing where we both fire on it. Okay,
Commander.
there's a line ship coming this way, apparently. I don't know if that is true or not.
On the move.
We're going to set ourselves up to engage it, though. They are most likely banking on me going for the point here, and I'm just going to not. So,
We're ready
yeah.
when you are, Commander.
They are getting the minimum investment cap there done, so we're going to instead dive down like so.
Positioning.
As you can see, they have 3 clippers, and I have just a naked ship, so we're not going to bother with that. Instead, we're going to move our cappers out from the middle here.
We're en route.
Let our little Axfords try and fire a couple shots. Unfortunately, they're 450 entirely, so we don't really have anything we can do against that. See a bunch of grape shot going after this guy here, so we need to instead break off like so,
Aye,
trying to
aye,
go
full
up
burn.
now instead. That's a lot of grape shot, actually.
Disabled.
All right, HRE, I believe that...
We're ready when
I
you
believe
are,
he's going to go
Commander.
below in this case.
We're ready
Instead,
whenever
we're
you
going
are.
to dive over this away.
Unable to fire.
All right, they've got a little scouter over there. Going to set ourselves
underway,
into position to kill that.
We're ready when you are, Commander.
Actually move like
Understood.
so.
We're en
All right.
route.
Wah, 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 wah. We're going to use this as our offset to keep a track on them. The Kit Kat has been shot heavily here. We can see a whole bunch of their stuff that's gone into it. So,
Aye, aye.
I mean, this is a sacrificial ship. It's not really that big of a deal, but it would be nice to keep it if we could.
Target is flatlining.
Anyways, you guys power to the flank speed. Power to the flank
We're
speed.
ready when you are, Commander.
As for you, you're just going to be going close to this corner here because they are diving low. Hello, you. That is another line ship, apparently. Okay, interesting. Alright, so the enemy is doing some silliness, it would seem. Luckily, though, we have good situational awareness and are able to kind of counterplay this somewhat. Our Kano and Cappuccino are taking a ton of heat. Ah, crap, I did not realize they were over there. Oh, never mind, it's just 450. We can dodge this. Alright, dive, 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 dive!
Aye, aye, Commander. Moving
Alright,
out.
as for you, you have been detected up here, which is less than stellar, so you're gonna dip back out. As for you, you're gonna do the same thing. Yeah.
Aye, Commander.
Never mind, runs 250. Ooh, okay.
Standing by.
Let's see. Almost certainly Mini Bohemia. Not sure what that fleet is exactly, but we're gonna go toast this thing here. They do unfortunately see us, which is not great. Luckily, our allies have moved up to support, so this flank has been secured. You got our guys high ground here. We're just gonna go after whatever targets we can.
Disabled.
Set up shop to shoot here-ish. Kind of like there, I think, was the best spot.
Engaging.
Component destroyed.
Here. We have lost some of our scouting intel, so we need to get that back real quick.
Internal damage. Component destroyed.
Alright, the Kit Kat is once again getting royally toasted here, which is not stellar. You can see some of those shuttles going up forwards here.
Receiving.
Internal damage.
As for you,
Component destroyed.
can we kill that? That's just a naked shuttle, which is not really worth it. So we're just going to try and dive into cover here
We're on our way.
and then keep our stuff alive. That way we can contest the
Awaiting
C point
orders,
as needed.
Commander.
Alright, as for you guys, you're going to go low in case we need to do a
Understood.
torpedo
We're
strike.
en route.
Ready.
Okay, you are trying to engage me up here, which is wonderful. I've spotted you, and I'm expecting this to be an MMT. CSF tag confirms that, so we're just going to move back, keeping our scouting as kind of alive as possible, ideally.
System failing.
Yeah, there you are.
Preparing lock.
Now we're going to flip the map over once again, confusing everyone further. Going to marker this with an attack ping here. And then we're going to fire on that track, so that way this thing will always stay roughly where we want it to be. There we go.
Copy. Engaging the enemy.
And then we should be able to just have you slide like up here and zap that thing. And that'll be good. And you guys can just sit close to the rock.
Aye, aye, Commander. Moving out.
A little bit further below.
Aye, aye, Commander.
All right. Looks like they got a big push over here. I saw a CSF bulk freighter. Can't even pronounce that name. But yeah, pair of them. Okay, wonderful. A bunch of little container scout missiles going out here.
Send your traffic.
We are keeping our scouts alive, or at least as best we can. Let's see. Yeah, this thing is getting royally roasty toasty because we have some rail guns up here. Ooh, that's what that fleet was. Okay, so we've got a bunch of rail support. Point game is kind of interesting because we did not bother with B point, and neither did they.
Awaiting orders.
That's really funny, actually. These little scout missiles are going after me here, but I'm just not bothering with it. Yeah, rush B. I mean, honestly, though, it might not be the worst call. Like, these scout missiles will miss me here, I think. Hi, you. Number 6 barista, if you wouldn't mind, please. Thank you. All right, they are going to try and hit me here. So instead, we are going to position ourselves to jump them with torpedoes and kill them with hammers. Hee.
The enemy has buzzers.
All right. Target should be good here in a second. We'll just drift over a little bit more. That looks roughly where we want to be. They are moving up above now. Yep, trying to reposition themselves. Oh, hi there. You are not who I expected. Lock on. All right. That said, we are still going to keep our nose towards this one because it is closer. We've got our little ambush
We're
set
on
up
our
here.
way.
Ooh, hi. Okay, that is a interesting angle to be, but rails are going to hit that hard, I think. Okay, that's a really good flank then to do, just creeping onto the map like this because they expect me to move up. I will give them credit. Well done.
Receiving.
Anyways, as for you, if we go for a bombing run anywhere. Okay, you are alive, which is an annoyance, so we are just going to deal with you. I think fly swatters have how much range? Hang on, let's double check. Fly swatters have a range of 6 kilometers, so just move upwards ever so slightly and then fly swatter missile this thing. Should be good. Actually, I think we can hit at this range. You are good for launch.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Alright, so B point
Moving
is
out.
getting captured here. Yep, just gonna make sure you are staying alive. Staying alive. Turn off your flank thrusters. Thank you. So we know they are over there. Now we are just going to go for it.
We're on the way, Commander.
I think that we can. Need to move you guys backwards so that you don't
Moving out, Commander.
stay in point defense
Aye,
range.
aye, Commander. Moving out.
Yep.
We're on our way.
You're going to be ready and waiting to fire in a second. We'll just move laterally to zap them. I think that'll be our best bet.
Awaiting orders.
Then we should be able to
Commander.
fire insta-stage high. Yep, so this guy's already pre-aimed at us. Look at that.
Standing by.
Yep, we're gonna juke him like this.
Understood. We're en route.
Zoom. Then in a second, you will present yourself here.
Open fire.
And then you are good to fire. Zap, zap. Up. Rock, rock, please. No, rock. Come on, rock.
Awaiting
Rock, my beloved.
orders,
All right.
Commander.
Corpse out. Yeah, let's just fire one torp. That should be enough. And we'll just dive back down.
Moving out, Commander.
Juked them thoroughly as they're now getting royally toasted here. Combination of 250 and 450. Oop, AMMs are not going to help you here, I don't believe. This one should go right past the rock. Ooh, just barely. So, let's see. Do they have Pavis? They do have Pavis. That is
Ready when
unfortunate
you
for
are,
us,
Commander.
but still.
Awaiting orders.
Pretty good here. Very good mobility that they've got, but they're still getting royally toasted across their entire ship.
We're ready when you are.
Love to see that.
Commander.
All right.
Understood.
Trust
We're
on
en
my
route.
team to push up here.
We're ready when you
Missiles
are.
would never have locked onto the rock. Ah, well, you see. All right. Anyways,
Awaiting orders,
now
Commander.
that
Moving
we
out.
have done our little bit of rocking here, so we are like getting pushed back a little bit, but still we are winning militarily on certain aspects. So need to clean that up. I think that we killed the A point stuff. Let's just look at where we can try and get it.
We're underway, Commander.
Better than needle. Yeah, exactly.
enemy
Oop,
is
uh-oh.
engaged.
We are getting shot the hell up here. Ah,
We're
time to
underway,
move.
Commander.
Yee!
Enemy is open fire. Move.
Crap. Unfortunately, I overextended here a little bit, so we're going to have to just deal with that. That said, hello, it is go time. Missiles are going on target. Some of them going after chaff, unfortunately, but still, we are just cooking into you.
Standing by.
Your drives are dead, which is less than stellar.
Waiting orders.
And you are dead. Excellent. We have secured a kill. So,
Underway.
our little 700-point destroyer has paid for itself, although that said, we still have to deal with quite a few of the enemy threats.
Aye, aye.
There's also opportunity costs made, as we have currently lost our drives there, but...
Moving
Drive's
out.
back
All right,
on
we're going to take a look at what is still alive on the map. Let's see. Those are ships that are shooting at us, which is not great. We're going to fire some missiles at you because I don't like you. That's all the reason we really need. You know. Unfortunately, we are a bit lacking in our front line currently because our railguns back here, they don't quite have a great arc on the targets we want.
Awaiting orders.
I'm going to call this shot here. That said, they have extended quite high above here. Ooh, that's plasma. Okay, so that thing's going to get toasted here. The Axford and CL combo should be able to take this thing pretty well. Yep, Philip McCavity calling the ball.
Receiving.
So, there we go. As for
Understood.
you,
We're en route.
you are actually back up and alive now. Excellent. Now we can do a little bit of retake. So, we gave up our caps initially, but now we can fairly safely get onto the
Aye,
points
Commander.
since our front line has
Moving out.
moved up, engaged the enemy, and we're dealing some heavy damage. I see that they've got some gunfire like from the midfield there, so we won't be able to like completely smack. Oh
We're ready
crap!
when
That's
you- awaiting orders,
ah.
Commander.
dang it. That's Microsoft Edgelord's Acellos. I'll have to deal with those at some point.
We're on our
Luckily
way.
though, the Acellos are not that great at hitting our little corvettes here, so we're able to kind of stay low.
We're
We
on
know
our
there
way.
is something below the A rock. Gonna give them a warning. Somewhere down here. Can't barely see. There you are, roughly. No. Okay, actually, we'll flip the map over. I kind of give them a guess here. It's below a rock. Yes, exactly. Amazing color. Thank you. I try. I practice so hard. Right, as for you, let's lock onto that thing and zap it.
Sorry,
And-
Commander, that's too far.
Yeah, it's okay. You can just provide lock. Anyways,
Awaiting
wing
orders,
A is
Commander.
good here. We're just gonna keep the C point protected with most of our stuff because that's our initial
Aye,
like kind of
Commander.
job
Moving
right now.
out.
Yeah, just gotta drive them in
Awaiting
and
orders,
say,
Commander.
you can try. Don't worry, I'm already a little silly. So, let's see. This thing is in fact
Awaiting
dead.
orders, Commander.
You guys are really losing your thrusters.
Waiting for your
Okay,
orders, Commander.
you can just like take a moment and chill.
Waiting for your orders,
Because the main engines, yeah, they're fine. Anyways, our pair of Axfords down here presenting broadside to the Acellos. I would say Acellos are favored with the, like, bow tanking kind of fight that you can get, but at the same time, like, that is a lot of firepower right there. That's 7 barrels compared to their 6. I think that, like, you still do want a bow tank in this fight, but with the rail support, it's kind of a toss-up. All right, let's move back into the map here,
Moving.
since we still do have our scouting assets that we have kind of neglected to position.
Heading here now, Commander.
All right, set your heading to be this way.
Execute
Thank
your
you.
orders.
And we'll set your heading to be like
Roger
that.
that.
Probably just clear your roll command. There we go.
Awaiting orders,
Right.
Commander.
So we need to take some caps, which we are doing. We're just slowly creeping over them. You can see now, a bunch of fire coming out there. Not so great. We'll have to
Awaiting
deal with
orders,
that.
Commander.
That said, our beam destroyer can move down low here, and we will fire on position at that point, like roughly, I don't know, here-ish?
Unable
pretty
to
close.
fire.
Ooh, that is a target. There you are. All right, signal attacker marker right about here.
We have secured zone 10.
They should not be engaging on me, I don't think. So we're instead going to actually burn flank towards them and try and make this beam shot hit.
Roger that.
It is costing us the main engines, not gonna lie. So just try and keep these things alive so we can fly. Keep the beam alive as well. All right.
Receiving.
Said gonna be
Understood.
moving on
We're
target
en
now.
route.
Yep, there's that target down here. So yeah, whole bunch of bulk freighters they brought this game.
Orders,
Oof.
Commander.
All right, let's see. The barista is almost in gun range, just another kilometer or so, and we should be good. I want to drift a little bit to the left because otherwise they're going to shred me, so we will do just that. Keep ourselves close to the rock here as
Underway.
possible.
On
Yeah.
the move.
Come on, come on, come on. Gotta
Set
get a little
traffic.
closer. All right, we'll keep you positioned like here-ish, and you can be positioned over... well, we've already got a lock on them, but still, I want a cross fix,
Heading here now,
ideally.
Commander.
As for you, you should be in range
Enemy has us
momentarily. They firing on us? They are. Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, double beams. Let's go. All right, we're going to turn off our flank thrusters because I'm certain that our engines are toasted. Try and fire. Well, whatever. Just fire on the beam.
We're ready
Yeah.
whenever you are.
Pew, pew, pew. Zap, zap, zap. Now, unfortunately, this will not kill it, but it will severely hurt it.
We're on the move.
And we are not going to stop firing the beam until this thing runs out of health bar. So there. You can see them pulling back with their bulk freighters right now. They do have a cap lead, but we are able to make certain plays here now. So I'm confident that they don't really have anything watching the E point.
We're on our way.
Because I'm looking at all the fleets they have committed. Like, they've got stuff really far up high here, just kind of controlling that battle space. I don't think they have anything low.
Send your traffic.
I'm able to keep, like, roughly aware. Like, one fleet is their bulkers here. Another fleet was, like, a bulker. Like, we're fighting one bulk freighter there, one bulk freighter below, one bulk freighter that died. So that's the HREs accounted for. The CSF guys, same kind of deal. Okay, so you're just toasted there. Fine, whatever. We'll just fire on you with some support aspects. Anyways, we're going to take cover here briefly so that we are able to get back into the fight proper. Just need to prioritize fixing the beam here in question. We should drop off their radar in a second. Just want to make sure that the beam is in fact repaired when they finally present themselves to me. And if we get closer, we deal more damage. So there. All right. Unfortunately, our guys are being a little bit silly here, so we just need you guys to go over top like so. And then that should be the E point there.
We're
Thank
underway,
you.
Commander.
Don't slam into the rock if you wouldn't mind.
Waiting for your orders, Commander.
All right. As for Wing 1, still want to contest some stuff here. You guys are not really a problem. I mean, like, I guess you exist, so we can go hunting.
We're underway.
Yeah, these cellos won't really be able to hit us. I'm just worried what their last
We're
fleet kind of
underway,
is that I've not
Commander.
properly accounted for. Yeah, they've got a couple things kicking around here that are no good. Let's try going underneath this rock here then.
Understood.
Sorry if
We're
it's
en route.
very disorienting to people when I just flip over the map and stuff like that, but it does help me position better, so there. All right, as for you, let's just turn off your battle short and then set you up here in a second. Thank you. Have you kind of basically crest over this rock down low here. Just keep that beam constantly being fixed. Thanks to the small workshop, it's working even faster.
Ready whenever you are.
You know, see them really trying to go outside here, so we're instead going to change targets. I believe that will be best. Yeah. Flipping is like a kid who shakes the fish bag. Yeah, exactly. It's like shaking the fish bag, shaking the fish bag. Ah, barrel roll. Ah! Hey. All right, they're going to try and get an angle on me here, so I'm not going to let them. I'm just going to drop off their radars, and they're going to be like, oh, I wonder where that guy went. So these guys are just pulling back. Not really a thing we need to be pushing right now, but it is something we want to ward off. They're going to be going out to the map's edge, which is just fine as far as I'm concerned. I'm just going to keep myself away from them, and I'm going to use a attack marker ping here with their rough estimated location, so that way I can stay pre-aimed. As for you, cappuccino and latte, there is the target that we were worried about. You're going to eat a drumstick and a fly swatter, I believe.
Copy
Yes,
that.
please. Fire.
Deploying this. Understood. We're en route.
See, you are... you're just a minimum investment. Okay, well, we didn't need to actually fire the fly swatter there, but still good to have your double missiles fired out like so. The size 1s and size 3s strike at roughly the same time, so the idea is that the point defense would target the size 3s and the size 1s can get through and knock out the potential point
Commander,
defense.
they've opened fire.
Bwomp and bwomp. That is, in fact, a kill. We're going to mark you as such. Oh, dear. They are shooting something very high velocity at me. That hurts a little bit. Ow. Ow,
They're
oof, oof,
locking
ow,
onto
owie.
us, Commander.
Right, anyways,
We're on our
let's clear
way.
that. So that's the chaff cloud there. We are defending the point with
Standing by.
our Corvette wing.
Understood. We're
The
en
Americano
route.
and Cortado are doing their jobs of going under the map and trying to get us a final cap. Put us back in the lead here. It is only to 1,000 points, so I do need to get this going pretty fast. As for you, hi there. You're just going to move over to the side a little bit more, and then you're just going to cook them.
Aye, aye.
Light them up.
Moving.
So you're going to start reversing, and there you go. Zap, zap. Hi, buddy.
They're locking on.
You are not looking at me. Now you are. You have realized a little too late just what I am, and it is going to go poorly for you. Yep, just fire right in the drives. Let's go. All right, Beam Destroyer, really need you to fix the drive right now. Uh-oh,
Standing by.
they've seen us, so still, this thing has paid, like, massive, massive dues.
There's some total damage.
Gonna try and just fire here if we can. Still, managed to hit this thing in the drive, so it's not having a good time. Did not, unfortunately, get the drive kill, but still, we've managed to kill an entire bulk freighter with it, and I'm pretty happy about that performance. We're just guarding our C point here.
We're on our
I
way.
don't feel confident taking the A point. We need our, is that our railgun team down low? No, that's our 450 team. Where did our rails go? Where did our rails go? Okay, he's trying to go on this side.
Component down. Component offline.
Have to try and see what we can do around here. Yeah.
To that
So yeah, the destroyer is going to unfortunately go down now. There's nothing we can do about that.
Standing
They've
by.
positioned themselves to kill it, but we should be able to make our game-winning play of going over here. Hello there, you. You're just getting torn up a whole bunch. I think that instead of firing insta-stages, we can just fire like a torp or two. Oh dear, hi there. That's well played. Sprint mine cluster.
Standing by.
Nasty little gremlins. So I'm still confident that we can make our run here. They did get us really good here, but we can restore our drive and we can get our CIC back online. Unfortunately, only one DC team, so let's just get the fires under control first. Yeah, the Cortado, unfortunately, eats it there. They did the trick where you put a cluster of like 5 mines under a rock, and I walked right into it, so must give them credit.
What can we do for you? Moving out.
All right, the sugar has unfortunately been locked down here, so we need to get out of there. I think that is, yeah, probably the onager over there that's got me. Quickly move ourselves into the map. Rails should be able to punish that in a second once they get a good lock, but I don't know if... We need something to kill off some of their stuff so we can get to the back points. I'm not sure exactly what I can do to do that. As for you... Oh, that is a bulk freighter. Okay, that's a thing. I think that we might be able to torpedo that. I'm not sure how good its point defense is, but we're going to find out. Alright, they have a shuttle here. Never mind, we want to go for the shuttle first. Okay, fire on you, I guess, with torpedoes. Just make sure this thing suffers as much as possible. Don't see any more mine clusters, which is nice. Okay, the Cortado is trying its best. Let's see, so we've lost one of our scouts again. You are gonna get jumped by a tugboat here if you're not careful. I need you to move back. That's a decoy container battleship. That's a name for a tug. Damn it, Edge, why you gotta be so funny? Alright, as for you, you can just eat a torpedo, thank you. You're just a naked shuttle, so that's fine. Don't need to do any more investment. Boop, boop. Torpedoes out. This should be a clean, easy kill. We do a 1-2 combo. Ideally, these will strike simultaneously, and that means that the reinforced components will get instantly knocked out, because one torpedo will drop them to 0, and then the other one should be the kill shot. Keep ourselves on track here. See, that will be womp, and then ideally a womp. Come on. Might be a little too late. Yep. There we go. So, as you heard, we got a first hit, which then took out their stuff, and then the second hit was the actual kill shot. That thing is going for our point. I don't like that. Guess what we're going to do, chat? We are going to fire more torpedoes.
Missile away.
Torps out.
Moving out, Commander.
Anyways, we are suffering right now. Ow! Where did all this come from? How many bulk freighters do they have? Okay, so this one's actually dead. Cool. We have gotten the point for what it's worth, but damn, we are getting pounded here. Okay, crap. We got the cap, at the very least, but that said, they are very far ahead of us for that. So best I can do right now is try and deny this. See it? These torps should be good on target. Come on. Womp 1. Womp 2. There we are. All right, another one dead. Now, unfortunately, we are spending a lot of points and opportunity to protect our back point. To shoot this thing down, because I need that shuttle to not be here. And that... nope, never mind. We're going to change plans, because that is an entire bulk freighter. Ugh. Okay, I am running out of ships that I can use on stuff. The Cortado, however, is still alive. Okay, just fix that, please. Just fix that first, okay? And then also put out the fire and the missile launchers. That's fine, though.
Send your traffic.
Okay, can the cream sneak into their backline? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Probably not before the game is over, because it is to 1,000 points, so... Oh, crap. That thing has missiles. Oh. Damn it. This is one of the starter fleets. That's why they have missiles. The final order's in the no other way. Yeah, crap. Okay. Latte, report in. I need you to, run away, because you cannot actually beat anything here, because these are non-greedy point defense. They have grazers and, like, actual PDTs, and oh god, that's a lot of missiles. Ah! Ahead flank! Ahead flank! Run away! Pop chaff if you can. I don't know if it's gonna matter or not, but I think these are command validated, so... Okay, they're just all going after the Cappuccino. Latte, you're promoted to number 1. Cortado, you're number 2. And Cream, you're number 3. We are trying to make our way onto a point. I don't think we'll make it in time. Where's our frontline fleet? Okay, so frontline fleet... the rails... Right. Damn. I should have made a call earlier now that I realized this. I should have called for the rails to try and, like, contest more of the midfield instead of going after already dead ships, because we've pretty much secured the D side. We just never were able to take the third cap to the A point. I thought there was more fighting going for it. Looks like our guys kind of got stuck here, suppressed, taking the E point. Yeah, a whole bunch of fire. Damn. I was a little too occupied by the, well, silliness afoot. Okay. Well, fix the aux steering, I guess. That's a start. You're still technically alive.
Zone
For your orders,
eclipse.
Commander.
E point's getting
Awaiting
capped.
orders, Commander.
Or we don't have anything that can actually go for the A point. They've got tugs and stuff there, so I think this might actually be GG. I'm pretty sure that I don't have anything I can really pull it back with at this point. Beam destroyers are hanging out here, and they are warding off the enemy fleets, but still, this thing's beam is definitely taken out, and with the head in command, I think he's just trying to tank. Do we have anything over here that can fight it? 450, that's a lot of gun, actually, so respect to that. Huh, interesting. Double sidearm and a back turret. Normally you see, like, the sidearms because they want a bow tank and get extra firepower there, but...
Command.
These are missing turrets. Where's the rest of the
The
CL?
enemy is using buzzers.
We've only got 3 guns on this thing.
Ready.
Okay. Anyways, Latte, you're actually operational
We're on
again,
our
so if
way.
you wouldn't mind moving. Thank you.
Enemy secured
Cortado is recovering, still trying to put out fires in this thing. I'm not going to put his drive back together because I know that it will just die. So we're just going to make it play possum.
Standing by.
Because if you look at it, they're like, oh, it's already dead. It's not going to be a threat. Yeah, they're getting the C point now because I unfortunately did not have anything to kill 3,000 points. New strategy would have grouped up and shot them until they unalive. Yeah. We skill issued a little bit here. I should have issued some calls to my teammates because we committed well to the D point, although we just needed to then cross back over and fight for A, because what they did was they gave ground here and just baited a bunch of us into essentially chasing after a dead part of the map. Like, we got our value here and we could defend it well. We just never ended up fighting for the A point like we needed to win this. So instead we've got our fleets kind of just like really far spaced out across the map. And yeah, we just don't have anything here, so we're gonna throw in the towel and say GG. Come on.
Standing by.
So Onager was a rough battle. It says Overwatch 450 seems indestructible. I will say this, 450 bulkers, they can run pretty tough because you can put like DC complex and storage and stuff into them. This was just us misplaying a little bit and not contesting the midfield. We gave them 2 lanes and they very happily took advantage of it. So yeah, played a few times, saying how long they survive. Yeah, bulk freighters are just hard to kill, period. So respect to them. I was also facing off against, I'd say at least 2 very good players.
the enemy secured zone dagger.
I guess 3, I don't know. It's
Enemy has us
arguable.
locked.
It also depends exactly on the time of day, because I know sometimes these guys are really good, and sometimes I've seen them hilariously throw, and it's really funny when we're on mics together. All right.
Standing by,
Latte
Commander.
is still alive, so that's a thing.
Course plotted.
Enemy engaging.
Oh, dang it. They realized we were still alive, so that is just going to be us going down.
Ready.
All right. Yep. 820 points. I'm just going to say the team.
The ship's done.
Time to
Everyone
retire.
evacuate.
007. Salute. We're going to throw in the towel.
Commander,
We don't have a way
too
back
much
into this
damage.
game because
We
with a
have
5
to
cap,
evacuate.
that's just it. So we're just going to ask them to
Man.
kindly tap out in that. Yeah. We made a couple misplays in that, but hey, we can recover next time. I just should have made a call sooner and said, hey guys, we need to fight for the A point, because our plan initially was A, C, and D, and then we just didn't, we got the D point after a little bit of fighting, but we just didn't end up going for the A fight there. We just devoted too much stuff chasing over this side. Yeah. Ba, 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 ba. Just gonna ask them nicely to throw in the towel so we can go on to the next match. Alright, that'll be the battle over then. Take a drink here. Yeah, fair fight. We made some mistakes that we can correct. I'm pretty happy with that one. Let's see how much our beam destroy did. Ooh, Barista once again coming in clutch with the almost 12,000 damage there. Just, it's a good day to be the beam. We took out at least 1 bulk freighter. We crippled another one. I think we got a good zap into a third. Let's see, yeah. Started fleet here. The final order's no other way. They did. Oh, I mean, considering I think that was a new player, they did pretty decently. Just don't know if they ever shot it much. Edge kind of like pecked away at us. Ooh, these are. Oh. A 450 and a 250 Acello. That's interesting. Let's see. Yep. Triple bulk freighter here. You see the Onager over here. Combination of 250 and 450. Very nice to have 450 for breaking certain damage thresholds, because 250 you can do it, but 450 just at certain points you need big gun to knock out certain modules. So it's really good when you're trying to break a drive. That said, 250 itself, the AP round is really good for breaking everything that's 40 damage threshold or lower on big capital ships and stuff. So yeah. Let's see. Which one was it that we beamed? I think it was the Kingstead. Yeah, the Kingstead got beamed really early on. I'm pretty happy taking that thing out. So we traded at least 1-for-1 with the barista. A bunch of different ships here. What was this one? T-20s. Okay, so that's a 250 broadsider. A lot of little shuttles and stuff scattered around. Let's see, they had 450, 450. Yeah, Vastal is a big 450 enthusiast, if I remember right. Yeah. Pretty happy with how that worked out. Where was our rail fleet? That was our 450. I think these were like the weird CLs. Yeah, these only have like 3 guns each. It's odd. All right. 450 fleet did stuff there. Oh, here's the rails and stuff. Yeah, I don't think that rails as like a 5th pick for a Nexus Eye match is actually that bad. I'm not a huge fan of the turreted rails. I find they just don't quite seem to do enough. I quite like the spinal rails on rail destroyers. I find that those are very good when they have a target to shoot at, like an Acello, it's bow tanking. You just put a rail down that thing's nose and it has a very bad time. That said, I think that like maybe if this had been a 450 fleet and we played more frontline in the midfield, we could have done a little bit better. I'm not going to try and like backseat a whole bunch of people and like nitpick their stuff, but I'm just thinking like comp-wise what we could have done a little differently. We had our beam destroyer fleet here of Presidents. That's kind of fun. I feel like there's something these 3 have in common, but I don't know American politics well enough to say it. So yeah, these did a frontline push and they worked pretty well until the bulk freighters ran away because bulk freighters run faster than destroyers. So yeah. All right. We're just going to exit back to main menu. Normally I end the stream at around 8-ish. I feel my voice getting a little bit sore, and I also haven't had dinner yet. So tell you what, chat, I think we're going to call it here, because normally I only do 3 hours, and we got a little bit of extra time in. So we're going to go ahead and find somebody to raid. Let's see who is alive on Twitch doing stuffs. All right. Let's see. Where is their channels? Okay. Oh, got feedback going as I accidentally opened my own stream. Okay. See who is playing stuff. Okay. Vivi is playing the homeworld games, although it's not the spaceship ones, it's the desert one. Let's see. Archivist is playing Fortnite. Wow. That is not what I expected. I don't think I've ever seen them play Fortnite. Okay. Well, what do we think, chat? Toss up between rating Doc Vivi, who's playing Homeworld Deserts of Karak, or Archivist, who's playing Fortnite. What are we thinking? Do we have any strong opinions here? Otherwise, I'm getting a coin out and flipping it. No, maybe so. Tell you what, I'll turn the desktop audio back on so then we can all hear the lovely little Neb main menu soundtrack. Flip it? All right, flip it. Okay. Let's see. We are going to go with heads for Archivist and tails for Vivi. Okay? All right. Flipping a coin, and we get tails. I said it was tails for Vivi, right? Yeah, I think that's right. All right, let's go raid Doc Vivi. She plays Nebulous on Fridays, and I usually show up to that. So yeah, you can get more content there. I don't really have too much to say for my closing statements. So if you like my stuff, you can follow my Twitch channel, or you can follow me on Twitter for more silliness. We're just going to hand you off to Vivi for mad science silliness in, I guess not exactly space, but it's a homeworld game. So hey, close enough. Y'all have a good night, chat. I'm gonna go get dinner after this. Good night. Yeah.